Noticed you two going on about how I've matured since I turned 30 after getting me drive-through in race 2. And then you sat there going about how I've got my Sun Life over 50 plan, booking insurance, booking a cruise, sat there with me Horlicks. Like, well, hang on a minute.
Oh, mate.
30.
Mate, you wait for tonight. I'm going to say how you've got your new sponsorship deal from Stan Stair Lifts. You know, and how Saga Holidays want you to, you know.
Right, before I do this, how do I make sure that the rolling start is
rolling?
You can't change it. It's on the race.
I'll be back in a bit. I'll join in a minute.
Yeah, no, so when you change the race stuff, yeah.
Bloody music.
There we go. Right, so my Twitch is on, my bot is activated, so people can level up on my stream.
Okay.
Because you've got no level.
Right, is everything else the same as normal, Matthew?
Everything's the same, but when you finish the race 2 result, read the classifications. We're then going to go to a little trailer while everybody gets in the lobby to do the interviews, and then, when we're back from that video, we'll be then live with the interviews. But I'll come in, even if I'm not on the podium, I'll come in and tell you when you're live.
Okay, right. And that's at the end of race 2 anyway, yeah?
End of race 2, yeah, not race 1.
Right, okay.
Just turn it on.
So we'll end up at the end of everything. It'll just be me, Smithy, you and Dan, yeah?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And we'll have a little chit chat about the highs and lows of...
Yeah.
Right, so who am I not inviting? Emplava, Overtaker...
Jamie and Fury. I'll be able to see if they're leveling people up because of the fact there's piano problem people watching, so that should tell me if they're levels up. Evening PM. Oh, buddy. The bot is live. Hopefully everybody starts leveling up. PM, just do the exclamation mark rank thing for me to make sure it's working. Just want to say I did my Twitch recap this year. Congrats to Unorthodox. He's my most viewed person that I watched.
Woo! Go me.
Yeah. Ken was second.
Who was?
PM. I watched his Twitch channel the second most. Yes, the rank thing is working. PM is rank 1, level 5. Hmm? Yeah, no, it doesn't start all over. He kept his rank. I need to know. Right, Kelly.
I'll see you on a podium.
See you on a podium, my friend. Dan, best of luck, mate. May the best man get second place.
May the best constructor win.
May the best constructor win. Seriously, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, don't get Marty if I beat you, alright?
Mate, I'm 30 years old now.
And I won't get Marty with you, okay? GT5s is behind us, yes?
As Kelly, yeah, GT5s is behind us. So's Osherslaven.
If I could shake your hand and say best of luck, I would, but I've just been itching my nuts, so...
Even more. Come on, keep me there. I'll lick it. I love it.
For fuck's sake.
Right, no, seriously, best of luck to you and Little Leech, man.
Yeah,
okay, you two
and
can
you
just
and
have
Gary.
sex and have it over and done with.
You see, look at how mature that was. So good of me.
Do you want me to shit on your chest as well, just to give you extra... Oh,
fucking pack it in, Dan. Dan, get us in the comms party when you think about it, will you?
When I think about it?
When you think about it.
I never think about anything.
Well, just get me in the comms party. Please.
Fuck my life.
If you're alive for long enough. You got any invites out yet? Oh yeah, looks like it. Right. Oh, Smithy's gone. Good luck, Mike. Hello. Son. Son, we can rule this Simland as father and son.
Sounds good. I like it.
Do you? Excellent. You think you're a bit more confident in now it's wet, Dad?
Fuck yes.
Yeah, you're going to win this one.
I'd like to think I could.
You got to do it for me, man. You got to do it for me because I should have won last night. Well, I don't know about win, but
I have so much confidence in these conditions. I've learned. No, literally, like I'm sliding and I'm watching Peaceful slide. And I'm literally on his pocket.
yeah.
Like, he's struggling in sector 1 so much. These boys are keeping downforce the same. I've changed mine.
All I did last night was put wets on. As I said, it wasn't the weather that was the problem.
Teammate, the police finger out of his ass.
Well, yeah, now this is the godsend for me and Little Ditch. It actually is. Like, we need these conditions to keep us in the championship fight.
How much is in it? 9 points, isn't it? You've got to beat
To
by
us,
9 points. Huh?
Isn't it to us? We're ahead of them, aren't we?
No, you're behind. 9 behind.
It takes Gary to have one of his silly moments, basically. And I've got
on
to
the other hand,
be
he's in the fastest car and he is the best driver around here, isn't he? He's the most...
Yeah, but he hasn't driven the Merc that much in the wet.
No.
Who?
Gary.
Yeah, he'll be wanking the wet night.
I don't think Gary's on his game, is he?
No, not in that Merc. He definitely won't be.
The only person is that I need to focus. Like, I got to focus on Matt. The problem we're going to have is Little Ditch. I need him to be there or thereabouts when we need him.
Give him pep talk. Give him pep talk.
I've changed my downforce. I'm running a higher downforce so I can get through sector 1 and the bus stop with no issues.
Do you not give him your setup?
I will be. I gave him my setup when we go into practice, and he has that 20-minute practice with my setup. And every single time, he's never changed it. He's like, yeah, it feels good.
He's so laid back, isn't he?
Mate, I've given him so many of my setups, and he just doesn't fiddle with them. He goes, yeah, it feels good. I ain't changed it.
When you're in the party, just say Smithy says you bottled it.
You bottled it. I want the constructors, but P2, I literally just got to finish all the races.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, I'm pretty sure Peaceful's going to have a pirouette at some point.
Of course he is. I didn't actually think the conditions were that bad going out there just a minute ago. I know it was starting to ease up, but I don't think they were that bad.
Yeah, just before you joined it was like...
Yeah.
It was
I appreciate
horrific.
it was getting better, but I mean... It was,
yeah.
But
I mean, it's not that bad. You just learn where you can't go and you can go. It's not.
Totally. I think it was worse the last time we were wet there.
Yeah. But, hey, I got to choose where the weather slots were. That's the fun of being head of the lobby.
Is it rain or race?
No, it's 3/4.
Of which one?
Thunderstorm.
No, which race?
One?
Oh, 1. So race 1 is completely wet until about the last quarter.
Jesus.
What
You're not going to come off wet, are you?
No, it doesn't dry fast enough.
No, I wasn't going to. The only reason I did it last night was 1, I was out of my pit window, and 2, I wanted to qualify for the other race.
Race 2 is 50%, so it's half the race's work.
Yeah. Then you're gonna have to change tyres.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, as
actually,
I said,
I don't know.
I only put I ononly put slicks on last night because I want tactics. I wanted to go for pole.
I knew what you were doing. What you were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, tactics.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally tactics. And as I said, I was out of my pit window. I did stop on lap 3 or 2 with damage, but I could have proved I had enough damage because I had loads of it.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna open the door just to make sure I don't have any lag issues. Not in these weather conditions. Fucking hell. This is going to be stressful. Alright boys, I'm going to go join the party with Little Leech. Have fun with the stream. Enjoy the final race on here.
No, Little Leech, I'll see him on the podium.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I will see you on the podium, Dad.
I will meet you there, my friend.
It worked last time, let's hope it works again.
Yeah. Let's see.
Didn't work last night.
Didn't work for me, that's for certain, sure.
I didn't say it to him.
No,
Matt
you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. But Matt tipped me for pole or something, didn't he?
What, penis?
Yeah.
Right.
Mind you, it doesn't help that you're cavorting with the enemy.
What do you mean?
You're the race engineering for Max.
I mean, I really wasn't. He just asked me a question, and I just said, "There you go." That's what I do.
And you just gave him all the tips, innit? Yeah. Yeah, I remember you, Matt. Don't you worry about that.
I've given you loads of tips, and every time you've run my tips, it's always gone in the opposite way.
Yeah, I remember you, Matt. Don't you worry about that.
Okay. I actually told Max for race 2, take it easy, and he decided that he knew better and went flat out.
Yeah.
Which then fucked his own race up. So I was like, "You're a fucking moron."
And then as he started to come up beside me, I chopped into him.
Yeah.
Which I also did on purpose.
Ciao, lads.
See you later.
Ciao, guys. Good luck, bud.
I tell you what, Matt cannot spell for shit, can he? He spelt final wrong on the.
What, did he put an E on the end?
No, he spelt it F-I-A-N-L.
Fucking hell, that's different. I've seen an E on the end, but I've never seen it that way.
No, he can't spell for shit, which is really bad for,
30-year-old.
Yeah, a man over his hill. He should check these things. Professionalism, Smithy, professionalism.
Oh yes.
I've been cranking on to these boys about professionalism for years. Do they listen to me? Do they fuck? Well, we could have a busy evening this evening, I reckon.
Yeah. Don't know why. End of the season, I would all be putting them in.
Yeah. No one puts anything in on the end of the season, does it? I don't think so.
So I think some people did last night.
Yeah. I mean, I had 2 ding-dongs with Oak Bar. Ding Dong, I was pissy with Dean because when I went outside him, he tagged me and I got spun off. But Dan looked at it and thought it was 50-50, and then I looked at it today and thought, it's like at the moment you're kind of like, you fucking idiot, Dean. You fucked my whole race. And
yeah, we had that the other week when he did it to us, and that fucking pile up when he quit. And like, why?
But then sometimes when you look stuff back, it's not as bad as you thought it was.
No. I didn't have a fast enough car last night. It was fucking dog shit. I was consistent every lap, same as last week. Consistent. I was the slowest fucking bloke on track, and I still finished 6th and 7th.
That's the joy of consistency, my friend.
So annoying though. If I had a car that was a couple of seconds quicker, I'd have made a lot of difference. I couldn't catch the Porsches, and I was consistent, but I couldn't get any quicker.
But Dean made it work for half a race anyway.
Yeah. I don't know what setup he used, but I couldn't get it.
He was flying. I couldn't catch him. Couldn't catch him. I caught him lap 2, and I went up the inside of him into turn 1, and thought I had it done anyway. He spun me round, but later on in the race I ended up a lap down behind him, and I couldn't catch him then either. He was absolutely flying last night, and I don't know what in that, how he was doing that in that Acura. But
then he didn't get a 6th and a 7th, you see. That's what I mean. It's alright being quick, but he didn't get any decent results. So
got to get it to the end, mate. It's always been my philosophy, but
Wet.
Moist. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a sad day at Simplay Motorsport because this is the last championship race we hold on Project Cars 2, but it's also a good day because it's absolutely hosing it down, as you can see. So these pro boys are going to have to work for their money. Don't go anywhere, don't tune into anything else, because tonight's going to be very interesting. Welcome along to the last race of the season here at Simplay with the GT3s. My name's Kelly Davis, klf900, and I will be your host and commentator for the evening, joined again, as I have been all season, by the Rainmeister himself, Pro-Am 2 times Constructors Champion, and all-round nice guy, Clive Smith. Smithy, how are you?
Evening, I'm just wiping my screen. I thought it was literally raining in the room I was sitting in. It's that bad on the TV.
It is. It's absolutely cats and dogs out there, and that's exactly what we want, because that makes the odds even. Look at it, absolutely chucking it down. We had a bit of rain last night, early doors, but this is the real epicenter of the storm. We've got a lot of rain tonight, a lot of water. It's going to be very, very interesting tonight, Smithy.
It is going to be great fun tonight. I'm looking forward to this one tonight, as well as the battle we've got for the constructors, as obviously we haven't got our overtaker here tonight.
You take the words right out of my mouth. Obviously, Overtaker's gone, I don't know, skiing or something, hasn't he? He has actually gone skiing, hasn't he, in France or something like that. And he's off skiing and, living the high life on the back of his championship win. Oh, what was that? Somebody going slow sideways as they come onto the oval. It's going to be interesting tonight, that's for sure. As we say, no Overtaker tonight. He's off skiing, and the rest of them are off paddling here at Daytona. And yes, you're quite right with the constructors. The constructors is still up for grabs. That is the big race for this evening, and this wet weather has made the odds even, because it's the Love Island Bombshells against Jaeger Motorsport. Jaeger leading at the moment with 9 points ahead. That's Matt and Gary in the Mercedes, and Love Island Bombshells, that being Dan and Little Leach in the Audis. Now the Audis are, Dan's been going on about it all season now, the Audi is rubbish round here. The wet weather has just put that right, so they've got a chance this evening. So it is game on, as we see Sutty absolutely struggling to get it in straight line, knowing Sutty's probably on slicks, to be fair.
He probably is, yeah.
Yeah. Right, before we get too deep into the chit chat, we've got the usual stuff to do. We've got another one of Daniel's brilliant track guides, and that should be ready to go any second, so look out, here it comes. Okay, this time I'll switch my microphone on before I start talking. I just talked 2 sentences and realised I was still on mute.
Quiet.
You would have thought I got the hang of this by now, wouldn't you? Big thanks to Dan for the track guide again, the last track guide of the season. You'll see on your screen now the home of Simplay Motorsport, Daytona Road Course. There's a few details that are thin on the ground for this one. It's not used that often. Obviously the oval is. Incidentally, I didn't know this, but none of the oval tracks have got an FIA grade, so they're not graded by the FIA. I learnt that when Matt said it last night on the stream. But as you can see, it's 2.9 miles long, 4.7 kilometres. The banking is 31 degrees on the banking, opened in 1985. Yeah, anti-clockwise, all the rest of it. I haven't looked up the lap records around here because, as I say, I don't think they use the infield that regularly, is my understanding. Lots of drivers. Look, I actually make the list for a change. Most poles. 2. I didn't realise I had 2 around here, but there you go. Yeah, so there we go. And that is Daytona Road Course. And presuming we're going to have the graphic for the positions. As we know, Overtaker has taken the title. If you missed us last week, he wrapped up the title at Brands. But still, second place is still up for grabs, and only 2 guys mathematically who can take that second place, and that's Unorthodox, who's in second place at the moment with 382 points, and Matimovic, Matt, who is on 350 points. There is so what is that, 32 between them, something like that. So yeah, as you can see on your screen now, we're running through the standings as they were. So that's all done and dusted. The important one is the constructors. Now, constructors stand like this at the moment. Jaeger Motorsport, which I said is Matimovic, and this man, Gary 131. You probably can't see him. You've got the graphics up. It's Gary 131 and Matimovic. Matt, Gary are Jaeger Motorsport. They are at the moment winning at 555 points. Love Island Bombshells, which is Unorthodox, Dan, and Little Leech, Craig, who are in second place with 546. There is 9 points between the 2 of them, so it's all to play for tonight. And of course, the third place is Over Muck Disco Face Racing, which was Overtaker and Disco McDisco Face when he started early in the season. Obviously, Overtaker isn't here anyway, so he can't make any more points on that one. So the constructors is basically between the Jaeger Motorsport and Love Island Bombshells. Okay, Smithy, how are we getting on? Unorthodox quickest by quite some margin at the moment.
Oh, this is great to watch. I've just been sitting on board in the cockpit with them while the videos have been on, and you should see the water when they drive around and how they're making it stick. It's unbelievable.
I just saw Peaceful there having a double pirouette on the grass. Yeah, double pirouette. He's really showing off tonight, as we see. Yes. Oh, look at him coming in here. Look at it. Oh, that's heavy damage.
Look at that. It's like synchronised swimming.
That was one after another. That was into that corner. That overhead shot is just as they come off the infield and into onto the banking, and the puddles are on the right hand side, and they're vicious, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
Hopefully they've learned where they are.
Yeah. Well, we ran a little bit of wet last night, and we've run before in the wet around here. So through the bus stop chicane is pretty grim, and out of the pit lane is pretty bad as well, actually. So yeah, lots of puddles all over the place. So these guys are really going to be earning their keep tonight. That's for certain sure.
Got quite a few people missing tonight.
Yes, no Enplava.
No N again.
Yeah, no Overtaker.
No Fury.
No Fury tonight. Yeah, where is Fury? What's Fury up to? Is he still struggling with his fingers, or is he just running late? I see that Tony's in, which is Fury's granddad. Yeah, no big boy. He's not feeling very well, so he's not in tonight. I see Tony's in. Where's Fury tonight, Tony? If you could let us know. While we're on the chat, big chat to PN Motorsport, superfan, Mummy D, Fury's granddad, Smithy, you've had a mention, you've made some comments, as have I. That's not very great English, is it? As have I. Yeah, so if you're in the chat, 14 people watching at the moment, if you're in the chat, it's the last race of the season, give us a shout, say hello. If you've never spoken before, just say hello. Look at Biggs in the... Oh, what's he... he's trying to warm his tyres, is he? I was going to say, getting out of shape under braking there, maybe? I don't know. It's all over the shop. Look at the puddles. Oh, look at that. It's going to be more like a rally course, I think, than a circuit race tonight. That's
going to be interesting.
Sure is, absolutely. Absolutely. Looking forward to it. His hand's still in plaster. Yeah, so Fury won't make it tonight because his hand is still in plaster. It's a shame these guys couldn't make it for the last race of the season and the last competition race of Project Cars. We're going to miss it, aren't we?
I am going to miss it. Just as I felt I was getting the hang of it after 7 seasons or 6 seasons.
To be fair, you have had a much stronger run, especially the tail end of this season, haven't you?
Yeah, I've had a good run, but everyone else has improved as well. Do you know what I mean? Everybody's got better.
I think the standard, I came in very tail end of season 2 as a driver, and done every season since. And yeah, it's. The standard of drivers has just got better and better and better, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
And some have improved, like this man here, actually, like Holty. Some have improved, some have not. Some have got better and then got worse, like myself. So yeah, but it's certainly, when I spent my time 2 seasons in pro, the level in this class is phenomenal. And you have to be right on everything. Your braking points have to be right. You have to accelerate. You have to be gentle on the throttle. You have to have your car set up so it's loose enough to go quickly. And then it's difficult. It's not as easy as it looks.
There's a big difference. There's a big difference between the pro boys and the pro-am boys.
There is, absolutely. Although there's a lot less incidents in pro. The driving standards, as you can imagine, are a little bit better, but well, not always, but sometimes. But as I said, I believe I can drive, but these guys just to keep banging it out lap after lap and going as quick as they do, I take my hat off to them. I always have done, So anyway, moving on.
At the end of the day, we're all one big happy family. We all enjoy it. We all get along.
Yeah, and there's been tantrums and tears and tantrums over the last 7 seasons, but at the end of the day, do you know what I mean? I've met some great people and met them personally as well, yourself included, Smithy. Do you know what I mean? A whole load of us have been to Donny Park for the touring car, and I've met some great people and made some good friends and had a lot of laughs. A lot of laughs. So yeah, it's been great fun. We're talking like it's over. It's not over. It's just time for change. That's all.
Time for a freshen up.
What are you thinking? Where are you going to go after this? You're going to go to F1? You're going to go to ACC? What are you going to do?
At the moment, I've gone F1. I can't.
Right. For what reason?
Just because, the younger brother raced F1 last time, so I thought perhaps I'll pair up with him. I've never really played racing games. This is the first racing game I've ever owned Project Cars. I'm not really a racer. Yeah. So, and I don't know. I might still get ACC. I'll see. I enjoy the nights and the racing, but at the moment F1. No particular reason why. Not a reason at all.
Well, I've got both games. I've spent a total of about 6 minutes on ACC, and even less on Formula One. So I've got a lot to learn on whichever one. But I mean, I am a racer. I'm right the way back to playing Outrun in the arcades, you know, and stuff like that. Yeah, that was Target Reference, wasn't it? Outrun. That's going back. That's like back in the 80s, you know. Look who's on top of the timesheet, Slap.
Yeah, look, the Rain King.
Yeah,
and
Gary.
I wonder if he'd come out and play tonight.
Yeah, now Gary is I believe the most successful driver around here, according to the stats. So this is going to be interesting. Oh, as Dan just goes quicker. This going to be game on. Where's Little Leach and all this?
This is ridiculous in the rain and the times they're getting. That's nearly as quick as what I was getting consistently yesterday in the race base and drive.
Yeah,
and I finished 7th, remember?
Only a couple of men really. I mean, it's only the top 3 that have broken into anything better than a 54. Peaceful being best of the rest in the 54s, but 2 guys in the 50s and 1 in the 51s. That's quite a jump back from 3rd to 4th, isn't it?
Well, it is, and like you say, you've got the constructors, and obviously you've got Matt and Gary 2nd and 3rd quickest.
Yeah,
that's going to help the Jaegers Motorsports more than it is the Love Island Bombshells with Little Leach sitting down there in a 7th place. But it all depends on the race. You know what can happen.
Yeah, you're quite right. Absolutely, and it can all
Gary's
happen.
Quick, but he can also lose it. Anyone can lose it in this weather.
Yep, absolutely. And don't think for 1 minute because you're at the top of the timesheets after practice. And incidentally, I think it might have been the first time that I've topped the timesheets last night in practice, and that was probably my best moment for the whole season. But yeah, just because you're there doesn't mean that you're going to be. You're going to be winning races. There's a long way to go, and in these conditions, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky. Good evening to Fury's mum in the chat. Good evening to Max Mulder, our Pro-Am champion, and good evening to Jamie Brazier in the chat. Not feeling very well. Hope you get well soon, Jamie. And Dominic Biggs, which is our very own D Biggs, who's racing this evening, just popped up in the chat saying it's going to be a long evening and never be able to get this Audi to work in the wet. Yeah, absolutely. And we are done with the practice session. So if you're new to us here at Simplay, where have you been for the last 7 seasons? The format's like this. We've just finished a 20-minute practice session. We will be moving into a 10-minute qualifying. These guys are going to have to get on with it. I presume it's going to be raining, obviously.
I would have thought so, yeah.
Yeah.
From the start as well, I reckon.
Yeah, but the more the rain falls, the worse the track gets. I know that's obvious. So these guys are going to want to move quickly. So I think everyone, there you go, look. Well, that's about right, isn't it? You know, that's the way the whole evening's going to go there. Isn't
Must
it?
be Matt and Dan,
Yeah. Matt and Dan.
Sutty's out first.
Sutty's out first now. He was from the little bit of practice I saw, he was struggling, and knowing Sutty's probably done something crazy like Common Slicks or something.
We did get up to 4th fastest, I think. Oh, there we go. Got to get out of the pit lane first, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the first drama is to get out of the pit lane, which you can see that Sutty was struggling with. My laptop's just crashed again. Well, that's a surprise, isn't it? I'm going to put in
nothing different last race of the season.
No, absolutely. It's been doing it all year. I'm going to put in, if I sign up for any commentary in the new seasons, then I'm going to put in for a new laptop on Simplay expenses. What do you think my chances are?
Probably as much as me getting a podium next season.
Well, you never know. I tell you what, you do never know, and a change of game might change things. Do you know what I mean? It's you don't know. I mean, I've always been much better at Gran Turismo, and I mean Gran Turismo is a little bit more arcadey than this, but I was much better at Gran Turismo than I was this. So you never know. And look at the Merc go right round that
Yeah.
Audi.
Thought Little
still.
Leach would have tried to slow him up for his laps.
Yeah.
But probably love and all that, I suppose.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
the
about that one. That's a bit of a corner cut.
Yeah, that was a line.
Let's see who else is out. D Biggs has had a good couple of weeks, last few weeks.
Yeah, he had a cracker last week, didn't he? Yeah, 2 podiums.
Double podium.
Double podium, as you say, at Brands last week. And good evening to James. I think that's James. I think that might be Daniel's mate, James, who Dan works with. Just let me know if that's correct, James. If you are the same James that works with Daniel.
The one he's partnered with, is it? The one he said he's dating or whatever it is?
He's dating. I think they were just playing games together. Oh no, that sounds even worse. Oh dear, they're just playing with each other. Okay, as we start the first round of flying laps. Who is first out? Dan is not first on track, is he? There's someone in front of him, but it's not Sutty. Sutty's behind Dan now.
I think it is Matt.
Is it Matt?
No.
No, it's not Matt. It must be Gary. Is it Gary?
Nope.
No, it's not Gary. Well, there's someone out front. Who could it possibly be? There it is. It's Little Leach. It's Little Leach. That's who it is. As he comes round onto the banking again, it's so tricky, so treacherous just there. I mean, that corner is quite easy to slide in the dry as well, actually. That could be a bit...
Yeah, last night that was my worst corner. I'm not going to lie. I struggled like hell on that corner last night. I was on the inside every time, just to avoid the puddle.
Yes, the puddle there is horrendous. The puddle forms right out on the racing line on the right hand side, just where you want to brake. And I kept coming down that straight towards it and thinking, oh no, the puddle, and then I had to keep diving to the inside. So yeah, it is. But as I said, you can lose it in the dry in that corner as well. You accelerate too hard out there, and the back end gets very loose as you go back onto the oval. But we're going to see some incidents there, I think.
Oh, Richie set a time 2:09.
Yep. 2:09. Is that because he was behind the start-finish line in his pit box? Because that can give you an outlap time, can't it?
Little Leach's got to be looking at a 154 minimum. Oh, 155. Ooh.
155, yeah. It's a banker, isn't it?
It's not a bad banker, but it's not going to be the quickest, as we know.
No, it's going to be the Gary, Matt, and Dan, isn't it? Peaceful across the line with a 54. Sutty does a 54 as well. Matt with a 201. Dan with a 201. What are they messing around at? So at the moment, Sutty after the first laps, we see Gary come across the line. Where's Gary to? Is he? No, he's over the line, isn't he? So this must be his first flying. Somebody's off there. Oh, cars everywhere. That must be Holty, because he's the only red Merc tonight. Being that Fury's not with us for the last race of the season.
Dan's got Matt behind him. No, we've got the two Ferraris up 1 and 2.
Yeah,
one of the Ferraris was flying last night, to be fair again.
Yeah, Shane was going well last night. I believe he had a podium. Did he have a podium? I don't know.
Yeah, race 2 he comes second to take second in the championship, so congratulations to Shane.
Oh, well done, Shane. Yeah, I didn't realise that. I didn't realise what was going on in the group that I'm in. Congratulations to Shane for taking that. So Kieran came third, did he?
Yep, Bargy finished third in the end.
So if we weren't on the change of game, then those three would have gone up, that being Max Mulder who won, and Shane and Kieran would have gone up and qualified in the pro group, but because it's going to have a change. And I believe there's been a post to go out on Facebook about the change of games and whatever, but I think there's some more information towards the end of this evening. So
Matt could be getting a tow here off End-Ups, because this is a good track for a tow.
Yeah,
very good track to get a tow.
Yes, but now Matt's gone through, and yes, Matt goes quickest, and Dan's bailed. He's bailed. How long has he got? 3 minutes. Is he going out again, or is he done? Interesting. Very interesting.
We've got to come. Gary's got to make his lap. Oh, Gary's gone. Gary's jumped to third.
Yeah, Gary's into third. So, Matt from Dan from Gary at the moment. Peaceful is best of the rest. And Little Leach needs to pull his finger out a bit.
He does. He needs to find a couple of seconds. But we know he's consistent. So if he can be consistent in the race and other people make mistakes, we know he's a very consistent driver.
Totally right, mate. Absolutely.
And that could pay off in this weather.
In these conditions, absolutely. I mean, he is 3/4 of a second up on his own time. So, as we see Sutty, I think that is. Yep, Sutty making his own track. Yeah, so a couple of minutes to go. Tonight, of course, if you didn't watch last night, you haven't seen this before. Tonight, we're on a rolling start. Being it's an American track, which evens things out a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately I was a bit what's the word, I wasn't evened, I was unevened, I suppose, because the Acura is that slow.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I could have done with a flying start, let alone a rolling start.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it's how quick the car picks up. I mean, I accelerated past Ugbar in the Ginetta really quite quickly off the start. So yeah, I suppose it's how the car picks up, I guess.
Yeah, I was going more backwards at the start than I was forwards. It's weird to watch, actually.
Before I got turn 1, I was going backwards in the wall.
Oh, Little Leach has dropped to 5th. He's knocked nearly a second and a half off his time, so that's he's behind his brother. Like I say, consistency. Yeah. There's a little bit of a hiccup in the front 3. Richie's up to 2nd. Whoa, Gary's up to 1st.
Yeah, absolutely. Gary's up into, it's now in pole, so the times are starting to tumble now. So that's Gary in 1 and Richie in 2. Where's Dan? He is on track, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Peaceful was up to 3, basically has been relegated to 5th now, so the times are tumbling. Yeah.
I weren't expecting the Mercs to be this quick round there.
We were expecting them to be, we were expecting them to be quick in the dry, absolutely, because they are. The Merc is probably the most powerful car, and you know it would have absolutely destroyed the Audis down the straight. I'm
guessing Richie likes this track because we've said for a few weeks now we haven't seen the best of him, but
no, I don't think we've seen the best of him all season. To be fair,
no.
So we've got half a minute left. A lot of these guys still on a flyer, so we'll see if the times tumble any more. Be interested to see what Richie's split is. See if he's up on his time. Where's the next split? Is after the bus stop chicane, which he's coming up to. Oh, thank you. Oh, just been handed a cup of tea. That's lovely.
What we like to hear.
Yep. So Richie's going to come up for his split. There he goes. Oh, he's nearly a second up, but he's just banged the wall on acceleration. That's going to ruin that. But he was 9/10 up at that point, which was quite a lot. He's going to be disappointed to have just knocked the wall. And let's see if Gary goes quicker, because he's going to be. He was ahead of things, so yes, he does. Gary goes quicker. Richie
49.
Didn't.
Dan, let's see what Dan's doing. This is it. He's down to 5th now. Sutty's just jumped down and took 4th.
Yep, Sutty's obviously found his feet now.
Oh, and D Biggs has took 2nd.
Oh, look at that.
Last 30 seconds of qualifying. And D Biggs just flew straight up in the 2nd. This is interesting. Holty's 2nd, D Biggs 3rd. Oh, Little Leach is getting pushed right back.
Matt goes 2nd. Matt goes 2nd. Dan goes into 2nd. No one can quite catch Gary, but yeah, right at the last minute.
Yeah. I've changed everywhere. Little Leach is nearly last.
He is last. He just got pipped by JM Grill. So there you go. Times were tumbling like mad there. So it is Gary 131 on pole from our North Dub 16. Matahimovic is in 4th. Holty, great drive from Holty into 4th place. 5th place is D Biggs. Richie in 6th. Sutty Apex in 7th. Smoky Devil 8th. Peaceful Explosion 9th. 10th is JM Grill. And Little Leach bringing up the rear in 11th place. Oh, it's going to be interesting. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, because we have got a race on our hands. As I said, it's going to be a rolling start. We've got 17 laps of this mandatory pit stop. What is the pit window? Anybody got any ideas? We'll come back to you on that one. I think it's probably 4 to 10 or something like that. But we will come back to you on that one. Right, Smithy, what's your tips for a win? I feel like I've lost Smithy. Has Smithy disappeared somewhere? I seem to have lost him. Don't know what that's all about. Okay, we'll go on. And as you can see, they're already on the grid. It will be a rolling start, as I said, because it's an American track. Aye, aye.
I'm back. I am back. I needed the toilet.
Right, okay. Okay, I thought wow, I thought we'd lost you there. But
no, I got excited and had a little leak.
Little leak. Wow. Okay. Okay, pit window is opens at end of lap 3 and closes lap 10. Tip for the win, Smithy.
I'm going to have to go with Dan on the Audi.
I'm going to go with Matt. Matt in the Merc. No. No, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to... Yeah. No, Matt. Matt can do it.
Yeah.
And we're rolling. So we roll along. You'll get the light sequence. These guys aren't controlling this at all. This is all computer things. So if you think anyone's jumping, they're not.
Oh, Sutty's got a red thing against his name, so he must have done.
Oh, he must have jumped. I don't know how he can do that. Yeah, weird one that. D Biggs, you don't want to be out there. Biggs, you want to get back on the track. Look at the Mercs just swallow up Dan. Matt goes round the outside. They're all cautious into one like you think they would be. But Dan's still in there in the second place. Matt slips back. He's got done by D Biggs into the first corner. But it's Gary who's in one. Matt has dropped back into fourth as D Biggs has had a cracking start. And it's Dan is on the other side of Gary. He's got him done. He's got him done into the fourth corner, into the hairpin. So, yeah, Dan is away. You've got to keep it all together now. He's the first man into the conditions, so it's always going to be a bit of an adventure as you come first person in. And so
Richie's got right back in the tent.
He has, hasn't he? He must have had a bit of an incident. We haven't seen anything. Peaceful is there in 6th place at the moment, but he's already dropped off the back of these guys. Holty holding his own in 5th place as we see him go through onto the banking for the first time. It's a bizarre little cam shot.
He's miles behind.
He is, yeah. I don't know what's happened. He's had a bit of a moment and about to have another one.
That was Little Leach.
That was Little Leach. Yeah.
Come on,
he had a moment.
Shot this to win, buddy.
that corner catching him out again. So it's Dan. Look at the Merc power now. Yeah. This is where Dan's vulnerable, and they threw the.
Oh, Gary very wide. Gary very wide.
And he's round. And Gary's round.
D Biggs holding up with the Audi. D Biggs is another Audi driver.
Yep. D Biggs is up into second now as Gary went backwards, and yeah, that's going to be. Gary's got a lot of work to do now. A lot of work. And Sutty there just dicing with coming off the bank, and you don't want to do that. The car is so unsettled.
Look at the gap between 7th and last. That is massive.
Yep, they've got 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep, 10 seconds.
There's been a little race going on.
Yep. There's a whole new category being made right there. And,
Matt's got D Biggs done.
Peaceful's round. So that gives Gary back another position, and Sutty, and so on and so forth. And as you said, Matt's got D Biggs done. I don't know where he got it done. Probably into turn 1 by the looks of it. So Dan can chase now. Matt can chase after Dan. Matt's got the superior power with the Merc power. So we'll see how that pans out. Holty back in the 5th. Was he 4th? He was.
That's
Gary round again. And Gary's round again. Dropped it again as we went into the hairpin, and he gets underway. So first couple of laps not going Gary's way at all.
No, good job he's got a bit of a gap from him and H, really. Little Leach is way behind for the Love Island bombshells.
Yeah, we're saying that Jamie Brazier on the chat saying that Sutty's penalty is a glitch. I thought it might be, because they have no control over that. I'm sure Sutty's results will be honoured without the penalty, is what I'm trying to say. So Dan's now got 3.5 seconds, 4 seconds now in front of Matt, who's now pulled a couple of seconds away from D Biggs. As we see Sutty coming through the bus stop. The bus stop is treacherous. I thought Peaceful had a bit of a moment on the exit. So teammates going side by side. Don't bump into each other, boys. Go careful, Sutty. We know you've got a history of crashing into teammates. Thanks, mate. And he lets him go.
Previous experience by the sounds of that one, Kelly.
Yeah. He knows what I'm talking about. you notice that how I'm always the victim, Smithy. Yeah, every week I'm the victim. Yeah, it's never my fault. Oh, actually, that one was my fault.
Dan's had a moment because Matt is 0.somewhat seconds off the back of him.
Oh yeah, Dan must have had a moment. Must have had a bit of a slippery turn one or something.
D Biggs has had a moment as well.
You're right. Yep, D Biggs. Well, we've been chit-chatting and looking at Peaceful. It's all been changed. So that's given Matt some hope, because Dan was beginning to pull away a little bit. So as they come into this tricky corner, both of them picking up on the apex. They know exactly what they're doing.
Gary's done Sutty just as we were watching that.
Yeah,
can't keep up. I want to see the power of the Merc on a straight with Dan.
If you went on board with Matt, you could. If you go on board with him, there you go. Get into the bonnet cam or something like that. And you can see that dragging him in, pulling him in through the bus stop. Let's see how it goes through here. Look at these puddles. Now the puddle on the exit is the one. That one. Matt's round. That's round. It's so treacherous. So treacherous.
Being on board and jinxing you.
That's the odds are even there, isn't it? You know, because Dan had a moment the lap before, and now Matt's just had one, and it's going to be on those. Peaceful's having another one. Thinks he's driving a Honda. and Sutty Apex
swapping positions every lap.
Yeah, the conditions out there are absolutely horrendous. Remembering this is only lap 3, and look at the field spread. You know, it's crazy. Holty, as we said, is up into third. D Biggs is on his way back, but and then you jump back a few more seconds where you find Gary, who's been up and down the order. Sutty's in. End of lap 3, he's in for his pit stop.
Yeah, Little Leach has got 7 seconds to make on 7th place with Jay and Brill.
That was quick. That was quick. He had that down to a T. Down to an absolute.
And there's another spin.
Yep, that's spin number 5.
Here comes Little Leach.
Yep, dragging his way back.
Smokey's in the pits.
Smokey in the pits in the white and green Ferrari. He's
Richie's right at the back today.
Yeah, Richie's having an absolute shocker. Smokey Devil into his pit box.
He went up from Pro-Am last year, didn't he, Smokey?
Yeah, Smokey came third in Pro-Am last year.
Yeah. He's had a couple of good races, but he's obviously found it a bit tougher than he probably thought it was going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, got to say hello to Nicky77, my original teammate back in the Pro Laps days, and me and him in a Porsche and in the Renault. Good to see you, mate. And commentator as well here on Project Cars. I was going to give you a shout a bit later on anyway, Nicky, but good to see you in the chat. And big up the Pro Laps massive. Or No Laps, as you used to call them, wasn't it, Smithy?
Yeah, Team No Laps. We used to have our little banner.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, Peaceful struggle. Peaceful to struggle through there, doesn't he? He struggled every lap.
Yeah,
Little Leach is up to 6th, catching his brother.
He certainly is. Well, he can do. Remember, this is only lap 5.
Oh, yes.
We've got a long way to go and a lot of spins to happen. Yeah, I was in a practice session with Peaceful before we came on, and he was struggling with the bus stop chicane. Gary's in for his pit stop, as you said.
Dan's managed to gap 5 seconds to Matt, 6 seconds to Matt now.
Yeah, these boys need to keep their heads, and I mean, every lap is an adventure in these kind of conditions. So, you know, I'm sure.
We know the track don't drive very quick if it does stop raining. I mean, last night I pitted way too early for soft, way too early.
I reckon. I mean, I pitted late because I'd had damage. Peaceful's in, but I think I could have gone to the end on wets. To be honest, I think I could have gone to the end.
Oh, yeah, no, I thought Little Leach had had one.
He's up into 5th. Gary stopped, doesn't he? So.
Yeah, Gary pitted. Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, I could have gone on the wets all the way to the end, I reckon. I think Ugbar did, didn't he? I think Ugbar didn't change tyres, I believe.
Probably not a bad show, actually, it wasn't.
He ended up... as Matt struggles through the bus stop, that is the hardest bit. And where do you go? The puddle is right across the road. You know? These boys are trying to stay in track limits, and there's a river across the road.
And now starting the lap cars as well.
Yep.
Only on lap 5.
If you look at the track map, everyone's really quite well spaced out, aren't they?
Yeah, we've got 2 drivers next to each other.
Yep.
If I can find them. There. Sutty and Gary.
Sutty and Gary, they're the closest 2 on track. Other than that, everyone's reasonably far behind each other at the moment.
Until we all start pitting.
Whoever's going into turn 1, I don't know who that is in turn 1. Oh, and that's Gary round again in the bus stop chicane.
JM Grill.
JM Grill.
Decided to park across the track.
Where is he? I don't even know.
People near the start line, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, no, just come out the bus stop, isn't he?
Bus stop.
Yeah, just come out the bus stop chicane.
Sutty and Gary coming up to him.
Yeah. Again, can we go on board with one of them if we can?
Yep.
As we go into the bus stop. JM Grill's going for the pits by the looks of it. Yes, he is. And tricky pit lane this one.
Tonight, isn't it?
Sorry?
Automatic pits, is it, for them as well?
I don't know if no, not the way they were pit stopping that fast. No. I don't think so. No. I think the lobby was set up slightly wrong last night. I think was why we were on automatic pits. I believe.
Now about 8 seconds.
Yeah. Where are we with Matt? Now look, we're coming into the bus stop again. Look, wiggly under braking. Matt down towards just crawling through on the inside there, just to try and keep the car together.
Dan's had a moment. He's 0.2. Look, Dan's in front of him.
Yeah, you know what that was? Bus stop chicane. That was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt's
the first time Matt's going to take the lead.
He's able to drive all the way around the outside, but yeah, Dan's going to have to tuck him behind him. That was the bus stop. It had to be. This is the biggest problem tonight. Is this bus stop chicane? So down with it all to do now.
Wow, 7 seconds up as well.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and that's just Albin Road. Matt goes deep into 1.
Wise.
So here comes Dan up the inside, and Dan's back into the lead. But for how long?
Somebody gifted me that easy on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, well, yeah. Me and Dean went wheel to wheel there last night, and I lost out. Went into the wall. Those guys weren't that close then. So Little Leach coming into the pits on lap, whatever we are, it's coming up to 7. And who's left to pit then? Quite a few, is there?
Yeah, quite a few. I ain't seen D-Bigs in. Holty, Nat, Dan. I think everybody else has pitted after that. Top 4 haven't pitted, I don't think.
Yeah. The championship would have been between these guys. I mean, other than overtake, there's been like three categories this year, hasn't there? There's been overtaker, pretty much on his own, and then there's been Matt and Dan, and then there's been like everybody else.
Yeah, like you say, it has been sectioned a little bit. Not too much, but... Oh, who's that, JM Grill?
JM Grill, he's been doing more going backwards than he has forwards.
That's that bus stop.
Bus stop, dude, bus stop. There's a song in there somewhere.
Who's now coming up to the bus stop? Biggs? No. Yep.
In fact,
Oh,
there is
somebody's round in front of Biggs. Who's in front of Biggs? Sutty?
Oh, that's
Holty.
Holty.
Holty's lost out now then.
That was Holty.
Gary's round. Just lost out to Sutty. He's got his little brother closing in.
Matt's back in
Here
front.
he come. Yep, Dan must have a moment. It's hard to keep up. Everybody's having twists and turns.
It is. You're having to work hard on those cameras tonight. So this is just a few minutes ago. I was just saying how everyone was so spaced out. If you now look at the track map, there's loads of people close to each other,
Yeah,
and this is the race for the lead. I think this one's going to ebb and flow. As
all be down to their pit stops again. Who gets out quickest?
wow, I think there's many more spins and accidents to come yet. To be fair.
Oh yes.
Yep. As these boys go wheel to wheel again.
Oh, who's that? Who's that in the track? Oh, Smokey, is it?
Smokey. Oh, and the leaders nearly collect him. Look at Dan's got into the inside now.
Yeah, here comes the bus stop. Let's see who can do the bus stop the best.
Do the bus stop, do the bus stop.
Little Leach has overtook Gary. Little Leach has done Gary while I've been watching this. He's up to 6th.
Excellent. That's going to be good for the constructors.
Not with Matt's ahead of Dan, it won't be.
Wow, this is it. We'll have to, when we get closer towards the end, we'll start to work it out.
Here we go, bus stop. Both through there.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan's had a moment, hasn't he?
No, Matt was a little bit arse-endy on the way out. Dan was a little bit wiggly. It's so treacherous there, so treacherous. It's catching all these guys out.
Well, these boys on track. Not up the bus stops yet.
Bus stops where the action.
Holty got back up the 3rd. Mind you, Biggs pitted, isn't it? Is it just Matt and Dan? Dan's ahead of Matt. Matt must be in the pits.
Yeah, Matt, you're quite right. Matt's gone into the pits. He's pulled the trigger on lap 9. I think Dan's got to pit the end of this one anyway, hasn't he?
Yeah, was it 3 to 9?
Yeah, end of 10, isn't it? So he's got to pit on the next lap anyway.
Matt out. Yep.
So this will be interesting.
Also. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Dan, if Dan pits where he comes out. Holty's also in. So that's everybody bar Dan, isn't it?
You haven't seen D Biggs pit.
Yeah, Biggs pitted last lap, or 2 laps ago.
There you go.
I did say we were talking.
Yeah. Yep.
Biggs is good. Oh, Little Leach, come on, Little Leach, keep it straight, boy. Your brother's behind you.
Yep.
Oh, something else was on Sutty.
That was Sutty.
Yeah, Little Leach up to 5th now then.
Little Leach up to 5th, absolutely, and Gary gets pinned in behind Sutty.
Like you said, there's going to be plenty more off.
This isn't done. We're only like half distance.
Yeah, well, Matt managed to keep 2nd place after pitting. Dan must be coming in now somewhere.
He's going to have to, yep. Dan is through. No, he's not through the bus stop. He's going to want to get through the bus stop as efficiently as he possibly can this time.
26 seconds up.
Yeah. See, he was right off the power there. Do you hear that? He was right off the power to just roll through that puddle. Hey, we know how to do it, don't we, Smithy? We've done plenty. Yeah, we're race winners in a way.
We are, yep.
Incidentally, this
my name.
yeah. Incidentally, this man took his first win here at Simplate in the wet. He's now the most successful driver on the grid. Most race wins, all the rest of it.
Track. Oh, just gone through the bus stop.
No,
that's not what he would have wanted.
Oh, that is exactly what he didn't need.
Dan's now coming out. Oh,
that's Dan's advantage now. He's going to be definitely going to be ahead. That's the last thing that Matt needed, was a spin on that lap. As you can see, Dan's trundling down the pit lane at the moment, but Matt is a long way back. And of course, Dan doesn't have a moment getting out of the pits because it's treacherous out of the pits as well.
I don't know, it's going to be close.
I think if Matt hadn't had that spin, he would have been in front of him.
I think he would have had him as well. Dan's still coming out of the pits though. Matt must be coming up to the first corner.
Matt's in turn 1, yep, he's in turn 1.
Not a lot between them.
No, as I said, if it wasn't for that spin, Matt would have comfortably got Dan. Sutty Apex.
Oh, he's gone. Where's Gary then? He's had an off as well. Gary bust off again. Oh, that's the grass.
It's like watching Tokyo Drift, isn't it? Every time you switch over to someone, they're going sideways.
Little Leech, if I give you any advice, mate, just keep it steady.
Keep it steady, great advice. Liking it. He's doing all right. He's doing all right in 5th place. Only 40 seconds off the lead. You know, considering the amount of spins and you know, nonsense that's happened.
The 2 French lads. I actually expected Richie to be up there tonight after seeing his qualifying pace.
Yeah, he had a disaster in the first one. It hasn't got really first couple of laps. It hasn't really got much better, has it?
No. Who would have been looking to go into Pro-Am this year with the standings as they are?
I'll tell you, Smithy, as I've fired up my laptop again. And then while it's working, let's just if we were going with our normal format, the people who would have dropped down would have been, believe it or not, Fury.
Whoa.
Yeah, JM Grill and Smoky Devil. Yeah, I've been in a well, you have too. We've raced Fury. Well, not raced.
I wouldn't say raced.
No, I wouldn't say raced. He kind of took all the wins, and the rest of us fought for the other places. But yeah, if we'd gone like as normal, it would have been Fury, JM Grill, and Smoky Devil would have dropped down.
Somebody's off. Oh, there's Sutty and Smoky. Look. Oh, Gary nearly collected.
Oof, yeah. Still lots of spinning.
Somebody else is off. Who else is off?
Don't know.
Blue dot weren't moving. Must have been a lap marker.
Maybe. Yeah. So that would have been, and of course the ones who would have gone up would have been Max Mulder, Kieran, and Shane. They would have gone up into Pro. So, but I'm not 100% sure what the. As we see Sutty round again, and Gary goes with him. Oh yeah, look at it. Are they just playing with us or what?
I love a pirouette.
Wow, you love a pirouette. Then comes the pirouette master, not Smoky Devil, the man just behind him, which would be Peaceful Explosion. Right on cue. Right on cue. There we go. That's again. We still in the bus stop, aren't we? Yep. Bus stop chicane.
You might as well just have the camera on the bus stop and watch everyone come round, because that's where it's going to lose people places and gameplay. Look.
Yep, there we go. Look.
Just going to leave it here for a minute. Who's coming up next to the bus stop?
I don't know who is coming up. Oh, that's Dan. Now the key is now just get right off the power and roll right through it. Oh, Dan! Look at that!
Everyone we've watched so far now.
How slowly did he do that? Matt's coming up next. Quick, jump to Matt. And well, no, nicely done, Matt. Nicely done. That's probably gained him. Well, neck end of 3 seconds. That gained him, you know.
Yeah. Peaceful's back in the pits, unfortunately.
Yeah. Peaceful having a. I don't know. Peaceful's done.
If D-Biggs makes a mistake, Holty's right on the back of him.
No, he's not. He's 12 seconds behind.
Yeah, he's got JM Grill. Oh, there you go. Look, there you go. That's the
D-Biggs. Yeah. Who's next? This is Holty coming up next. Holty's next to go through the bus stop, and that car already looks pretty second-hand, doesn't it? Yeah. Holty goes for the full 360 technique.
Who's next, Little Leech. What's
he going to do? Yeah, there we go. That's pretty well done, Craig. Little Leech. So Gary is next. So that's all we're doing now. Is just watching the bus stop, isn't it? That's all we're doing. All we're doing. Right, Gary. Any patience here? No, not too much.
Right, that's it. I've had enough of watching people spin. I could sit there all day. There's nearly a pile up on the bus stop at the moment.
Yep, as we see Jem Grill rejoining the track again.
Oh, he's back in the pits. That'll cost him. Like we said, it looked like it was second hand. Little Leach is now up to 4th.
He certainly is. And this is good constructors' points. The Love Island Bombshells would like things to finish right where they are at the moment.
Yeah, 5 laps to go. I mean, who's the quickest man on track at the moment?
Matt.
Yeah, Matt by quite a bit.
By quite a bit, although I think he might have had a bit of a little bit of a, I don't know, might have had an instant. Dan gets through. Nice and easy. Where's Matt? Oh, look, all 4 wheels slide. And avoids JM Grill as well. There's Peaceful Explosion. Peaceful's done more spins than he has laps. And probably JM Grill and Peaceful have probably got the record for the most spins this evening.
Little Leach is what, 10 seconds up the road?
From Sutty, yeah.
He's obviously just had a spin. He's just got to keep it steady and keep going for 5 laps.
You know what it's like.
Yeah.
You know what it's like, Smithy. These wet races seem to never end, don't they? The concentration level as Sutty is round again. Gary goes past again. All I keep saying is again. JM Grill spun again. Peaceful spun again, and Gary's gone past Sutty and again. Yeah, you know what it's like. These wet races, it's so intense just to get to the end of the race without spinning. Just the concentration level is horrendous. Imagine being a proper race driver, Smithy. Can you imagine it? God, I get such tantrums and irate about when I crash and end up. That was down across the grass. But imagine if it's for real. Can you imagine the frustrations in being out?
I'd have a headache.
Yeah, and that's Matt struggling in that corner. So it's getting. They've started to struggle there again.
Just gone straight in the wall.
Who has Sutty?
I don't know who it was. There, JM Grill.
JM Grill. Look, JM Grill's done. I think JM Grill's done about 15 miles more than anybody else this evening. Just getting the car pointed back in the right direction, and. I tell you what we haven't seen a lot of for a little while is D Biggs. He seems to be going along steady, doesn't he?
Yeah,
as I said, as he wipes out all the cones. It's like wacky racers tonight, isn't it? Get it stopped, Dom. Yep, good man. Oh dear. It's I don't know if the rain. No, the rain hasn't stopped, has it?
No, not looking at them window wipers, it hasn't.
No.
Gary's trying to close it. Oh, signs.
I think Gary was deciding which side of the road he wants to drive on. Oh, it's America. They drive on the other side of the road.
3 seconds now.
Yeah.
Little Leach is round in the background. There he goes, look.
Yeah, that was just coming onto the oval again, and as we see Gary coming onto the oval, it seems to be a popular spot for spinning that one.
I think Dan's now coming up to the oval.
How high up must that camera be to be able to get that shot?
Helicopter view, isn't it?
Ah, that's what it is. Helicopter's been sat there all day. Oh, I just stretched my legs. Oh, who was that coming back onto the race? That must have given Dan a bit of a moment, that one, because that was Smoky Devil coming back onto the track right there in that braking zone where the puddles are, as we see Matt go a little bit deep. Looked like he kind of got it all back together. But as you can see...
Up with the bus stop.
Yeah, it's...
D Biggs is 30 seconds off second.
Yeah, I know. It's a huge gap. I mean,
yeah, but then that's 45 seconds, is it? No, it's another 30 seconds to 4th at Little Leach.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It is crazy, that's for sure. As Dan negotiates the bus stop again, Matt gets through it quite well by the looks of it.
I've lost where everyone is on track. I've only got two white dots. I don't know what the white dots mean.
That's when you're on them. They're the only two on that lead lap, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you're on with Dan or Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then D Biggs are on the... Yeah, the D Biggs is the other white dot.
Yeah. Yeah, the others are reds. Reds are in front and blues are behind, aren't they? Blues are back markers.
I think Gary might possibly catch his brother. 2 laps to go. Little Leach makes a mistake.
I don't know. It's 10 seconds to go. 10 seconds between them. And I must say that Craig has looked more consistent than Gary.
Gary's adding off. There's more than 10 seconds now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Little Leach will be a little bit disappointed not to quite make the podium, or not quite make the podium by 30 seconds, but to not make the podium. Do you know what I mean? Because he's certainly gone from what was he last? Qualified last.
Yeah, he did qualify last. Yeah.
And it just goes to say, you know, to show what you said, Smithy, that you know you've got to keep going, haven't you? You know, and stay on track. You don't have to be the quickest in this game, but you do have to be there at the end.
Now, we've only got 11 races. What is it? Top 6 can't qualify?
Oh, yes, that would be, wouldn't it? We haven't lost anybody, have we?
Gary's in 5th at the moment then, so he won't be able to qualify for race 2.
Yeah.
So that'll make it more interesting for the constructors if none of them boys can qualify, because we saw how quick they were in race 1.
Yes, and he's quite a way ahead of Holty, so...
Yeah, so if he loses that position, you know, that's a...
Yeah. Somebody did slap me with a conspiracy theory about that, but yeah, conspiracies are conspiracies. We'll leave them there for now. Sorry.
Plenty of them about.
Tactics. So we're just starting lap 16. Dan's got to keep it together for 2 laps. Matt's dropped off just a little bit, and we know that the times can just change through the bus stop chicane. Really, you know how well it's negotiated. Little Leach still currently in 4th place, and he's 30 seconds behind D Biggs, and about 12 ahead of his brother at the moment. So as long as he can keep it together, 2 more laps, and as I said, it's hard going in the wet, and you're just looking at those laps going, oh god, will this race never end? As we get towards the end, and
Leach is now coming up to the bus stop. Is he going to get through it cleanly?
He has.
Nicely done.
Yep, nicely done indeed.
Nice, brother.
They just seem to be aquaplaning just on the exit there. Their puddle is so big that they just picks the car up off the tarmac, and you've just got no control whatsoever. I do think the rain has eased a little bit, and I do think these guys have started to get a handle on the bus stop chicane, don't you?
Yeah, definitely rains. Oh no!
As I say that, yeah.
Matt's only 2 seconds. You can see him. Oh, Matt's had a bit of a wobbly as well.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 lap to go as well. This is going to be interesting. Last lap.
Sure is.
Well, the track definitely ain't going to dry out before.
There won't be no slick tyres being used. I'll tell you that.
No, not in this race.
No.
Right, here we go then.
Yeah, so it can still all change. We're on the last lap. There's 2 seconds. 2 seconds covers the top 2, and it's who can keep it in a straight line, really, isn't it? You know, Dan needs to keep this car in a straight line, and if he does drop it, then Matt needs to be there and ready to attack and not drop it himself. So that's the dilemma, as Dan goes quite deep. I wanted to be out there. Matt went out there as well.
Matt.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have been out there either of those two, but there you go. Through this one here, that's a tricky little left-hander, especially in the wet. And Rabbit Joe last night gave Porsche's 50th win. Last night he was saying to me, "Are you not going flat through there in the wet?" No, I'm not going flat through there in the wet. And that's why he won races and I didn't, no doubt. And so we're back up onto the oval. So,
you know what it's going to come down to, don't you? The bus stop.
The bus stop. That's what's going to win or lose this race. It's going to be the bus stop. And Dan's going to be thinking about this, and so is Matt. Matt's going to be wanting Dan to drop it, but he can't afford to drop it himself. Dan's going to want to roll through here really gently. Let's see how these two negotiate through here. Dan on the brakes through the first part, rolls across the second so tentatively. So tentatively. He's got it done. He's got the acceleration. I think that's job done, you know.
I don't know. The Merc's quick. Is it going to gain a second, though?
But yeah, it's still not going to get a second and a half back. I think that's job done, you know. And it's quite surprising, isn't it? These two have been within a couple of seconds of each other. They've pulled away from the rest of the pack. It shows the class of these two, really, doesn't it? They are very, very well matched. But it's going to be Unorthodox who takes the Audi's 50th win there, is it? Is that the one? The 50th win for the Audi? And that's going to be Matt in second place. D-Big's a long, long way back, but another podium.
Little Leach is coming up the traffic. This is where it is. For the constructors, Little Leach has got to get to this line without any hiccups. And he's got traffic. He has got traffic of Richie.
But he's got a bit of time, and Richie's moved out of the way. Nice move. But he's got time. What Little Leach doesn't need is a spin and a crash now, because he's got good time in front of Gary to get it home. But it's going to be D Biggs. This is getting a bit of
another podium.
That's three in a row, isn't it? Three threes in a row. That is. Yeah. I would go and do, if I was Biggs, I'd go do some lottery numbers, put plenty of threes in it. Because that seems to be his lucky number, and he's going to come across the line as best of the rest, but a long way back from the top two. But a good effort from D Biggs. He's going to come home in third place, and happy with that. Little Leach has got himself through the bus stop.
What a finish! If he makes it across the fourth place, what a finish for Little Leach.
That is consistency. That is how you do it. From last to fourth in these conditions, fair play. And Gary has, nice. that was fun to watch, Gary, as he has another moment through the bus stop. So where are we? We're just waiting for Little Leach to come across the line. He's going to come across the line in fourth place. Good drive there. His brother just behind him. I say just behind him, 10 seconds.
Could have gone a completely different way.
Absolutely, yeah. And Holty is here we go. Right, we'll give you the classifications now. So it was Unorthodox in first place, Masimovic in second, D Biggs in third, Little Leach came in fourth, Gary fifth, Holty good effort to stay up into sixth, and Sutty Apex in seventh. JM Grill done about 15 miles more than anybody else in eighth place. Ninth place was Peaceful Explosion. 10th place was Richie, and did you say Matt with the fastest lap?
Yeah.
Matt with the fastest lap, 151. Smoky Devil brought up the rear in 11th place. 151.7 for Matt. That takes the fastest lap, and we'll get the top three in, and we'll take a short break, and then we'll come back with the interviews and race 2. So go and get a cup of tea, have a comfy break, come back, join us in a mo. Good race, boys.
Oh my god, that was hell on earth.
We sat on the stream, right, for about...
Join the fucking party I'm in.
By the way, it's going to stay at 50% for race 2.
Right. We sat on the bus stop chicane for about 5 minutes, just watching one after another, everybody, one after another, dropping it.
Matt, if you hadn't spun my dams in the pits, you'd have
done it.
Don't.
Bus cane, that's a bus stop again.
You just got... Oh.
That's a good race, though, you two.
I genuinely thought, Matt, you were going to have me. Honestly did, because I was struggling so much towards the end.
Every time you made a mistake, I made a mistake. Every time.
Yep.
That's the way it went. Wiggle on your pit stop. That's what cost me not being near you, and then just fucking, like... Sutton and Gary, man, they just laughed so much, and you know, I'm not gonna fucking moan about it because it's a game and play, but like, it kept, every time they'd laugh really loud, and I'd come to the bus stop and it'd be like, oh, span again.
I think anyone not spun that.
I think it's
came off tonight.
I think it's a credit to both of you two that you were within a couple of seconds of each other the whole race, and then your next man back was 30, 40 seconds.
Mate, I big up Big staying 34 seconds within us. Yeah. We nearly lapped the whole pack.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not taking anything away. I'm not taking anything away,
Cheers,
but I'm
man.
saying you guys stayed within a couple of seconds of each other all race. You know?
There was moments I was like, I've thrown this. Matt's got this. I've actually just gone and thrown it. And then Matt would have a moment. Then I would have another moment. And I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake, just stop being a penis.
Yeah, like Matt, and I saw you when I was 10 seconds behind after pit stop. So you have 2 moments at bus stop. I thought, right, it's on here. And then both times I come up to bus stop, wiggle. Not your pit moment, just a wiggle. Enough for you to then.
Every lap, I didn't know how to tackle it. I really didn't.
It showed.
Little Leach was carrying damage at the end.
Yeah, he had a good run.
He's annoyed with Smokey.
Why?
If he hadn't hit him at the start of the race, then he reckoned he could have got a podium.
He come from last to fourth, which was good effort.
He is carrying suspension damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so was Gary.
I'm not surprised.
4 points in it now.
I think Mike did more spins than he did laps.
This is the fucking thing I said.
Fuck, man.
This is what I said about the rolling starts. It's because we got manual pit lane, we got manual starts.
So that 5 second penalty, so it's just take off. Ah! Well, at least the Porsche did it last night. Because now he's got to 50.
Is that updated the tables?
Tables are updated, yeah, you might need to refresh the page, but yeah.
No, it should be right. 4 points between you two now. Yeah?
Yeah.
Between the constructors.
Gary got pole. Damn. Dan, have you ever done auto data? No.
Wait, is that my first win at Daytona?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Is it really?
Can't see you on this fucking list. Fury, Gary, Monkey Jamie, Joe, Kelly, me, Sutty, G, Craig, Keegs, Mays, Bozzy, Welshie, Deeks, Jam, Grill, Holty, D, Biggs, Disco, Peaceful, Max, you. Yeah, that's your first win.
Well, I'd be damned.
I thought you'd won.
Well done, Biggs.
Before.
Well done, Dom.
Thank you very much.
You're making a habit of this, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I think that was 50% spin less than everyone else, and 50% nobody turned up tonight.
Wow, got to be in it to win it.
Good
That's
strat.
it.
I don't think Jamie and Fury or Overtake would have done much better, to be fair, Biggs, mate.
No.
At least you stayed on the lead lap.
Yeah, only just.
I mean, you were still decent way ahead of me. You were, what, 30 seconds behind us, so you were still well easily into the lead lap.
Yeah,
I was
I think I was
Gary
about 40 seconds behind by the end. I spun once more in the last lap.
Dan, you want to count your fucking chickens? You didn't catch Gary at the end from sounds of it. Holy
Why?
shit. This thing is, him and Sutty was that bad and that, well, I say that bad, that all over the place, that they was just pissing themselves with laughter. So it was like, you'd have probably been better off not laughing, Gary.
I mean, yeah. I was having my own problems with the bus stop.
Am I reading this right, Matt, that there's... Hang on a minute. There's 36 points between the two of you now?
Yeah, Dan's second.
Dan's done second place,
that's
isn't it?
done, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just constructors to sort out now.
Constructors and other championship places for the drivers.
Yeah, we
So what, it's 4 points separating us with you guys in ahead?
Yeah, 4 points and Jaeger ahead.
I think you two have done enough. Actually, by the sounds of it, The sound of your teammate.
I think it's going to be, if you win and I get second, that's the 5-point difference, and then it's just going to open play that Gary finishes ahead of Little Leach, or Little Leach finishes ahead of Gary. I think that's the way it's going to sort of be at the moment.
Right. We're ready.
We're ready. Look at Porsche and Audi now on 50 wins together.
Can the Audi get 51 just to piss off?
Well, Porsche ain't going to be, is it?
This is the bit I'm not looking forward to.
Because this is,
Alti said who can qualify.
Audi, one podium away from 100.
Top 6, is it?
Top 6 cannot
qualify.
So who was that?
No, I didn't launch my headset, Jamie. I just kind of took it off and put it on the floor next to me. It was just so loud, and I kept spinning at the bus stop trying to catch Dan, so I just took my headset off and put it on the floor. Kelly knows when I launched the headset. That was Kota. That... gone.
Yeah. My God, you had a tantrum that night.
Tonight,
you're older
I actually shouted a little bit, but I wasn't shouting like at anyone. Oh, Dan, by the way. Quali, I was laughing at Quali.
Yeah, you ball bag. I was more like when Smokey dropped it in front of us. I was like, "Oh God!"
Did you see him reversing the race in front of me?
Yeah.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last championship race on Project Cars here at Simplay Motorsport, and we're in for an absolute treat because it is still raining. Absolute chaos in the first in the first race, and more people going sideways than they were going forwards. But we do have a top 3, and let's have a chat with them now, and making a bit of a habit of it. D Biggs back on the podium, 3rd place.
Good to be back.
It is good to be back. I think you just might as well just keep a seat here now, wouldn't you?
Oh, might as well. I'll keep this one warm and I'll just stay here. That'd be nice.
Absolutely. I said I said somewhere that you should do some lottery numbers, my friend, and add lots of 3s, because that's 3 third places in 3 races. That's but enough of that. Tell us about how it was out there.
It was awful. This is a great track when it's dry. When it's wet, it's a death trap. It's horrible. My strategy in that race was spin less than everyone else, and I think that's the only reason I got a podium.
Absolutely, and I mean it was a strong podium. I mean you were 30 seconds off the lead, whatever, but you were, still on the lead lap, which was good. We didn't see too much of you because you were just kind of keeping your head down and keeping yourself to yourself. But some of those puddles out there were horrendous, weren't they? Bus stop chicane.
Yeah, but bus stop. Atrocious. Coming out onto the banking. There's one on the outside there. You need to keep it quite tight to avoid that. But the rest of the track was okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So, thoughts for the next race? Some of the same, is it?
Same again. Spin less than everyone else.
Sounds good, mate. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the podium again. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
That'd be lovely. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done, mate. Good to see you on the podium quite so much. Brilliant. So we move on to 2nd place, and I said it's a testament to both of you 2 drivers to be within a couple of seconds of each other. But Matt, 2nd place.
Yeah, just wasn't to be, Kelly. Just wasn't to be, mate. Dan had the better race. We both made as many mistakes as each other. Dan had the better race, and he made the mistakes at the less crucial times than me, I think, is the best way to sort of describe that.
To be fair, I think it was. I think the odds are even. Personally, you know, as I said, you guys were the cream of the crop tonight because you stayed within a couple of seconds of each other, and I think personally, I think it could have gone either way. You know.
I think I'll agree with you towards the end of the race. I think the one major sort of mistake I made was on my outlap when Dan was coming into the pits. If I hadn't have made that mistake, could things have been different? You don't know. I think that was the one. I think that was the turning point in terms of the race. I know I caught Dan towards the end, but he's a 6-time champ. He knows how to keep things under control, and he did just that.
And I mean that was going to be my next point. Yeah, you had a spin in the bus stop chicane, just on your outlap, just when Dan was in the pits, and certainly on a dry day that would have changed the face of the race. But as I said, I do think that you were both very evenly matched, and it was great racing to watch. But from your point of view, tell us about the bus stop chicane.
Just undrivable. I think is the only way you can describe that chicane. Everybody, I didn't see a person not spinning that bus stop chicane. Everybody span at it, and the best of us have span at it. We saw last night, me and Dan on commentary with you guys, that you found it tricky on light rain. This is thunderstorms. You may as well get out and swim across it. You'll be quicker getting out, letting your car roll around the oval bit, swim and jump back in, sort of thing. It is treacherous. I'm just watching Mike here on my screen at the moment. You cannot get through it. You have to tiptoe around it, and it's undrivable. But this is Simply Motorsport. These are the conditions we race in. We go off the live weather. This is what it says. And we ain't Formula One. They'd have red flagged this before even turning the cars up to the track. We carry on and plough through it.
Absolutely, and that's the way it should be, quite rightly so, and the same for everybody. Everyone has to negotiate it the same way. I've certainly had experience, right, as you say, last night it wasn't too bad, it was all drivable, but I mean, I've had experience of it the last time we raced here, and that puddle is horrendous. Unfortunately, that's your championship over as far as the drivers go. And a valiant effort between you and Dan. I think I certainly tipped the stewards at the beginning of the season to keep an eye on you two, but I think you've both kind of kept it quite sensible throughout. Any words on that?
We've had a relatively quiet season. There was a bit of argy-bargy at the beginning, as there always going to be with two very similar people in terms of our competitiveness, and we don't want to give an inch to our rival. That's how me and Dan are. That's how me and Dan race. I respect Dan. I think Dan's one of the better drivers. Whatever I say in the heat of the moment is a heat of the moment thing. I know I've called him a few things this season. I don't mean them things. It is just literally the heat of the moment. I wear my heart on my sleeve, as you've said numerous times this season. But I will tip my hat to Dan, 6-time champ. It's nice to finally go racing with him. That's not in a GT5 where he T-bones people. But no, look. We've been fighting for second for a long time this season. Hats off to Dan. He's done the better job this year over me. 50th win, for him. 50th win in the Audi for him as well this season. He deserves all the plaudits. Me and Gary's now got to do the job in the constructors. We're going to give it our best shot in the race. Obviously, me and Dan at the back of the pack as always. So we'll try our best.
Yes, indeed. So, constructors still open for up for grabs, and I'll explain that to the viewers in just a few moments. But that one is still on. What do you think you can do, Matt? You and Dan at the back again, as usual. Is it going to just be a game of survival again?
I think it's worse than I think it's not your normal race too. We'll see is all I'm going to say. Yeah. Well done to Dan, well done to Biggs, and I'm going to go because there's not long left of the session, so I'll let you speak with Dan.
Yeah, lovely job. You've got to go. Cheers, and get your summer frame out. So we move on to Dan, the winner. Dan, you've also secured second in the championship. Very quickly, tell us a little bit. Give us your words on that race.
Hell on earth. I hate Daytona, but I love the wet. But even to me, that was hell on earth. But yeah, great to take second. Second in the championship will do. Overtake was just too strong. Great race for Matt on that one. He said, a quick, because there's not long left of the session. I just basically copy everything that Matt says. It could have gone either way. I just nailed the in lap and out lap. So nonetheless, congratulations to Matt and a great fight this season. It's a shame I couldn't take it to Overtaker later on in the season, but that's racing.
Absolutely is, and you roll with punches for sure, and still all to play for with the constructors, so I will let you get back, but congratulations, well done on second place in the championship, well done on the Audi's 50th race win, and good luck in the next race.
Cheers, and well done to the other boys.
Indeed. Kept them all chatting a bit of a long time there, Smithy, but how we doing on Sutty Apex? Well in front.
The other lads have been struggling a little bit. One with the bus stop chicane, no surprise there.
No surprise at all.
Sutty's been the only one that's really got round clean, to be fair. I expected Richie to be possibly up there, but he's now on his outlap. He pitted again and then came back out.
Oh, he's now on the grass there as they go across the grass. Yeah, that one's not going to be a great one. I've just licked my finger and stuck it out the window, and I think it's going to dry up a little bit towards the end of race 2. That's my feeling.
We know it's not a quick drying track, but hopefully we'll see him on softs.
Yeah.
Make it a bit more interesting. There goes Richie again. I think he's going to actually give up now.
Right. Let me tell you how things stand, you and all the viewers, as my laptop just crashed again, but that doesn't matter. The championship, there's a couple of places here and there up and down the championship order, but as I said, my laptop's just crashed, so I can't tell you all of it. But I know that the second place has been secured by Dan. He can't be caught by anybody else, so that's first and second done. The important one here is the constructors. And Jaeger Motorsport lead Love Island Bombshells by 4 points. So it is all to play for. It could not be closer. It's going to take both drivers to win or lose this one, isn't it?
Both. Yeah. Well, yeah. Love Island Bombshells have obviously both got to finish above Jaeger Motorsports.
Yes, they have. So 4 points in it.
Yeah, same as last race. They'll be fine.
Absolutely. We think it's going to dry up towards race 2. The Mercedes has the edge on power, but how will it go as the conditions change? It's all to play for, that's for certain sure. It's still, as you can see, as Peaceful comes through the bus stop, it's still very, very treacherous out there. As JM Grill got very close to Sutty time-wise there. He's obviously getting the hang of it. So, as I was saying, there's 4 points.
Both the Jaeger boys actually start ahead of the
yes, they
Love Island
do.
Bombshells as well.
They do. Gary ahead of Little Leach and Matt ahead of Dan. So at the moment, they're as they start, they're already ahead, but they've got to keep it ahead. So Jaeger Motorsport, just for those who haven't been paying attention to a single word I've been saying, Jaeger Motorsport is Matt Himovich and Gary 131 in the Mercedes. Love Island Bombshells and Unorthodox, Dan and Little Leach, Craig in the Audis. Jaeger lead Love Island by 4 points, and that's what we are looking for. Whew. Sutty Apex goes a little bit quicker in the 55s. He looks like, unless anyone else is going to pull out a miracle, that he's going to start on pole. Now, last time Sutty started on pole, I believe he won, did he not? I think he did.
I think he did, yeah. I think he did win that race.
Absolutely.
So could be interesting.
Yep. It looks
like it's raining.
It looks like it, doesn't it? I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's rain for the start of. Oh.
Hello.
Richie trying to spin round is getting collected there by Smoky Devil. And just a couple of more donuts there. PN Motorsport in the chat saying that the Audi and the Porsche are both on 50 wins. They are exactly that. So the Porsche 911 and the Audi. What is it? It's an R8, isn't it? R8? Yeah, whatever it is. Right. Are both on 50 wins. So could one of the Audis put the Audi forward? One of the Audi drivers get that 51st win and make it a more successful car than a Porsche? We will see. We will see.
Come on, Richie, get in the pits. That's quality.
What is he doing? All he's doing is tearing up the grass now. It's just, someone's got to look after that, Richie. Cordon bleu.
There we go.
Oh dear. Okay, yes, there we go. So, oh look, JM Grill, where did he pull that out from? Oh, and a second and a bit quicker than Sutty. JM Grill, who was going backwards more than he was forwards in the last race, is on pole position. Sutty Apex lines up next to him. Smoky Devil and Peaceful Explosion. 4 Ferraris in the top 4. Line up on the top 4. Richie is in 5th place with Gary, another Merc next to him. Little Leach and D Biggs make up the next row with Holty and Matt. And bringing up the rear is Unorthodox. This is going to be interesting, don't you think?
It doesn't look like it's raining.
It doesn't look like it's raining, no.
Maybe it is. Who's your race win for the final race of the season?
Sutty Apex.
You got to get one right.
Sutty Apex.
Actually,
raining. You know, Peaceful
raining.
Yeah, it is raining. Yeah, definitely. Peaceful Explosion won the first ever race at Simplay.
Right.
Yeah.
I like your thinking.
So I'm going to go for Peaceful Explosion. Actually, that's probably ruined it for him. I'm sorry, Mike. Yeah, he won the first ever race. So for him to win the last race on Project Cars, because as I said, we're not done yet.
Yeah, I'm going to go D Biggs on form.
Yeah, D Biggs.
On form. From 8.
He is on form. Thank you. So we'll see about that. But last race on Project Cars, or last championship race, there is some talk amongst the admin about doing a sign-off event, maybe we're rolling, maybe a 2.4 of Le Mans or Indy 500 or something like that. But more details to come. As we're on the rolling start, we got the lights. 2, 3, and for the last time it is go, and we are green, and somebody going back. Who's that?
JM Grill.
JM Grill's like he's not
left his handbrake on, isn't he?
Yeah, it looks like he's not in the car, doesn't it? So that gives Sutty Apex a nice clear run into turn 1. Peaceful Explosion in there as well. Little Leach is up to 5th already. So I don't think JM Grill was readied up in the car, but he's got going now because he is in the race and he's still in front of Dan.
Gary's managed to get to 3rd.
Yeah, Gary is up into 3rd, which is great work for the constructors. He's made up some places, that's for certain sure. So it's a Ferrari 1-2, Merc in 3rd as they come through the infield for the very first time. Sutty Apex, has he got a grip on these wet conditions? As Sutty Apex, all these top 3, if things are like they are normally, are all in the same party as well.
This is the first of the slipperies.
Yep. First time we're in here, and the top 3 get through quite sensibly, as does most of everybody else. Matt and Dan in close company.
The old what's the old Swan Ballet music as they come through the bus stop?
Oh, Swan Lake.
Famous. Yeah,
Swan Lake.
Swan Lake music. You better get that playing for the pirouettes.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see as they come to the. And we're going to see right now as we come into the. Oh, Sutty's going to lose it before he even gets in there. That's in the wall, and that's that over.
Oh, there's another one. Holty's gone.
Holty's gone with him as well. Who else has gone? Gary's managed to get through it. Richie's gone backwards. Little Leach has gone forwards. Little Leach on the podium now.
And Gary.
Matt and Dan are through. JM Girl Smokey. Yeah, so Sutty and Holty. Sutty goes from 1st to 10th. So look who's winning, look who's winning.
Yep.
Peaceful Explosion. But he's being out-dragged by the Mercedes. The Mercedes power. Peaceful got to stay on the inside. Okay, don't bother with that.
Yep, our Little Leach has lost out to Richie, I reckon, due to pace. He's now got Matt chasing him down. See, Peaceful could do Gary a favour by holding up Richie, Little Leach and that. Matt's
gone a little bit deep. That's given Dan the opportunity to get upside him and past him. No, sorry, not Dan. D Biggs got past Matt. That was how it happened. So now Gary leads. Gary leads with a 2.5 now. But he's first man into the conditions again, and a bit of understeer on that hairpin. Come on, Peaceful. Come on, you can do this. Last win of the season. Last win of Project Cars. Before we all move into something else. ACC, Formula 1, they're the ones that are on the cards. I've known very little about either one. Nor does Smithy. Do you, Smithy?
No. Very, very little.
Very little. We've both got to learn it before we start driving it. There'll be an announcement soon enough when the new season will come and how it will come.
Gary's getting a slight gap now. He's dropping Peaceful 2 seconds.
Yeah, let's see how he gets through here. The famous bus stop chicane. How does he negotiate it? Very well.
Oh, he's left the session. We have lost Holty.
Unfortunate that is. Holty's had a good season this year, hasn't he? He's certainly progressed as a driver. We've certainly been impressed with his driving. So well done to Holty. First one to leave the session tonight, but well done. Look at the power. Look at the power. Look. just goes right round the outside on power. And as we're expecting this race to dry up towards the end, you're going to see the Mercs just pull away. And how far's Dan? Dan's way back, isn't he? He's 6 seconds. Yeah, he must have had a moment. You know, I'd be very surprised if this doesn't go the way of Jaeger Motorsport for the constructors.
Well, Gary, yeah, like you say, Gary's already 5 seconds up the road from his brother, unless he's going to have a moment.
Well, there's plenty of moments to be had, Smithy, and if it goes to dry when we think it does, these guys may have to go on slicks before the end of the race. And if they do, well, we know what a pit stop's like with project cars. A tyre change. Oh, excuse me, that is incredibly rude. A tyre change is like 15 seconds, so you know it could all change things. Who goes on slicks? A lot better
race this race than his last race. We said that when he was qualifying, didn't we? What if they just tweak their setups a little bit, just to...
Yeah, and remember it gets later in the day as well, you know. In these conditions probably doesn't make that much difference, but certainly the night races, it makes a difference as it gets kind of colder or warmer, depending as the hour goes on. But yeah,
I haven't seen Gary have a slip and slide in a bus stop. Neither's Peaceful, to be fair. He's been getting through there.
Yeah, Peaceful's done 3 laps without a spin, which is...
I've done their research. 17 laps later from the first race, they've obviously realised. Little Leach has lost out to D Biggs, who's now up to 5th.
Yeah, unfortunately, Little Leach is going backwards here. He's backing himself into his teammate at the moment. Just at this early stage of this race, it's not going well for Love Island Bombshells. In fact, the Audis are just going backwards, aren't they? And you know, it's the Mercedes are coming forwards. And how far is Richie off the back of Peaceful? Not very far at all.
It's 3 seconds. Well, Matt's took Richie. Matt's now third.
Matt's done Richie into 1
here for Jaegers.
Yeah, so Matt is now going to be hunting Peaceful down. He's only a couple of seconds ahead. Sutty Apex into the pits, and first man in the pits. He's probably got some damage to repair because he didn't go in before, did he?
No, first one in.
He's probably carried his damage all the way to just in the chat, Holty saying that retired due to too much damaging, and cheers for racing Simplay. It's been a pleasure to have you here, Holty. We look forward to seeing you in one of the other ones. We'll look forward to seeing you on track, ACC or Formula 1 or whatever we end up doing. We might end up racing motorboats if we can have weather like this.
Yeah, the Audi's struggling a bit like the older Cora was last night.
Yeah.
The pace compared to the Mercs. The Mercs are dominating in 1, 3 and 4 with Peaceful's Ferrari.
Yep, Peaceful's Ferrari right in the middle of this, and it seems to be getting a little bit easier out there, although it's still obviously raining right at the moment. But yeah, Peaceful's just in between these Mercs at the moment.
It says Dan's nearly 7 seconds off third.
Yep, he's
well to shut that down.
He's 15 seconds off the lead, and as I say, if the weather improves, it's just going to go backwards. Dan's been dreading this all season, this track, because the Audi's just not very good around here.
Dan has pitted early.
Dan's pitted early. He's not good. No, it's still too wet, isn't he? He's not going to be daft enough to put slicks on, is he? That would be just suicide.
Yeah, way too wet for that. We're on board with Gary and are still hammering it down.
Yeah.
You do well to grip on here in slicks.
Ooh, hold on to it, Gary. Ooh, nicely done. Nicely done. Can we see that puddle? Yeah, look at that puddle there on your right hand side of the windscreen there. It's still a terrible puddle. That's the line I like in the dry as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smokey's now also in.
Smokey in the pits, as you said. Dan's out of the pits.
Going through the bus stop.
Dan's out of the pit, so he obviously didn't change tyres because it says 15-second tyre change. So Dan's then probably expecting to take his tyres all the way to the end.
I was going to say, he's obviously not going to pit the change.
No. Still a big puddle there.
Ever so smooth through there.
Yeah.
Slow right down.
Just the gentlest to touch. Just to get through. Peaceful Explosion still in second at the moment.
Yeah, Matt's not far behind him.
No, Matt is catching him.
Oh,
Richie there,
yeah.
still in the mix.
Little Leach must have, D-Biggs must have had a bit of a minor accident, because Little Leach is now 6 seconds up the road, when Bibbs was ahead of Little Leach.
Yeah, so a bit of a moment there probably for D-Biggs. Yep, and still plenty of racing to do. We've still got 12 laps to go, so still all to play for. It is looking very strong for the Mercedes at the moment, and for Jaeger Motorsport to taking the constructors title. But still plenty of racing to go.
There definitely ain't as many spins as there was first race.
No, these guys have got the hang of it, and I don't think the conditions are quite so bad.
No.
No, definitely not. So, oh, and there's Sutty. Yeah, there's Sutty having, just after having that repaired. Yeah, he's just made another mess of that, and keeping Ferrari in spare parts, that's for certain sure. Oh, look now, Mats. Look at the Merc now reeling that Ferrari in on power. Look at it. Matt's going to be right in his slip now. I wouldn't be wanting to do it into the bus stop though, would you?
No.
No.
Richie's not far behind him, though.
No, he's not. If these two have a moment, yeah. If they ever coming together. Now, watch Matt reel in peaceful now on power as they get round the corner and into slip. Mike, you want to be right on the inside. That's it. Well done. Defend him all the way round turn one. It can be done. I've done it in the Porsche. But I think Matt's got the superior power. But look, just stay there.
Top speed there.
Yep, stay there, Mike, because the Merc's run out of puff. You stay there, and now it's gone. And the Merc's gone. The Ferrari's a funny old car, isn't it? In some tracks it is absolutely rapid.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, in other ones it's just gutless. Completely gutless. Little Leach in the peach.
Both the Love Islands are pitted.
I said Little Leach in the peach then. In the pits, I meant. He's not in the peach.
Yeah, he's got a 10-second lead to Matt.
He has, yep. He's on form. So Little Leach done and dusted. That's all his pit stops done for Project Cars.
As you say, it's going to dry up, which is just going to make it a lot more easier for the Merc, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, it will do. The Merc is by far the quickest car, straight line. Have you driven it? Have you tried it?
I couldn't handle it. It was actually too powerful. I couldn't keep the back end from spinning out.
It's a power car. Yeah, I've driven it a few times. I couldn't get on with it either. I found it too. I need a planted car, not a loose one.
These two have had a couple of good battles this season. Peaceful and Richie.
Peaceful and Richie, yeah. Yep.
They'll both be one on that podium. Oh, Richie's gone.
He collected it. Lost time though. I'm sure Peaceful was inevitable that Matt was going to catch him, but I'm sure he wants to hold on to that third place and finish his season on a podium. That's for certain sure.
Dan managed to jump his teammate with the pit stops.
Yep.
So Dan played a quick strategy, early strategy. Not that he's got anything to really play for, but they've got the constructors, but he's a long way off the leaders.
Yes, indeed. At the moment, I don't even have to do the maths because Jaeger would easily win it at the moment. As we see Richie in the pits, and it's...
I'm guessing these boys are going to stay on tyres to the end.
I think they are as well, you know.
Because, like you say, they've all pitted. Well, a lot of them are pitted.
Yeah. Yeah,
and they're going to change tyres.
I thought it was very doable last night in race 1. I really do reckon I could have got to the end on the wets without too much problem, but I was out my pit window, so I opted to pit anyway. But and went on the slicks, which was no different really. And my teammate Monkey Boy went on to the slicks before I did, and he said there wasn't much difference in it really. And so if I reckon we can do it, and I'm sure Ugbar did do it last night, and we were just in light rain, then I reckon these guys can do it. You know, I reckon they can do wets all the way to the end, however much it dries up. But we'll see.
Now Richie's pitted, he's come out in 6th, but obviously the top 5 are still yet to pit.
Yeah, so he's got Dan all over the back of him, who has also pitted as well. So now again, Dan's looking racy, but here we go with Merc Power. Is Richie just going to pull away now from that Audi?
Yeah, he's not gaining. I want to see if it's raining. Who should we go on board with that ain't got any spray? This man here will do.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the. That's stopped raining, isn't it? So so it's going to start drying out from here. The more running, the more water gets thrown up into the air, and the drier the track comes, we get a dry line. But again, as I said, I think it's. I'd love to see him caught out and have to change tyres, because that would shake things up again.
Well, it wouldn't the front two, because they're yet to pit, but they have got to pit the end of this lap, haven't they?
End of lap 10, so they've just started lap 9.
Yeah.
Lap
so
and a half. They've
got to make the decision. They've got to make the decision. Do they change? Don't they change?
You're exactly right. You're exactly right, Smithy. So let's see what happens. Dan again rolls up behind Richie in the infield. As Richie, just adjusts there. Got a little bit squiggly out of the hairpin, and
Little Leach has lost out at the JM Grill. Now he's probably losing a lack of concentration at the moment. He's probably getting them heavy eyes. What is it, past 9 o'clock? Yeah, he'll be getting a bit tired, old Leachy boy.
Yeah, bless him. He's not much on stamina, is he?
No, it was like an early night.
It's getting a little bit late for Matt as well, man of his age.
Yep, he's getting on now.
Yeah, needs his Horlicks and off to bed early, doesn't he? As Gary is in the pits. And he's missed his pit box. Come on, Gary. Have you played this game before?
Tires? He's changing tyres.
No, he's not. No, it's away. They're not changing them. So he's staying on those tyres, but he missed his pit box. I mean, he's got some time in hand, so. Sotty Apex in the pits again.
Yeah, Gary's going to come out way in front of D Biggs and Dan.
Yeah. As I say, he's got some time in hand. He had 10 seconds over Matt, didn't he, before he came in?
Yeah.
Out into the pit lane. Strange little pit lane. Don't worry about rubbing the wall, because this is Project Cars. You can't destroy the mirrors. The mirrors are indestructible. If you want anything...
Is anyone going to change tyres? D Biggs is now in.
And... not looking like it. He's not moving. They've raised the doodah, but he's not moving.
A long old pit stop.
Yeah, maybe he is changing tyres, because we don't always see.
That is a long pit stop.
It is a long. I bet he is changing tyres, you know. Well, unless he's got horrendous damage. He could have bad damage, but he wasn't going slowly, was he?
No, but he has been in there a long while.
Well, it's about 15 seconds for a tyre change, and that's been longer than 15 seconds, wasn't it?
I reckon he's changed tyres, hasn't he?
I think he's mad if he has. Look at the spray still.
He must have done the pit that long.
Don't know. Has D Biggs changed tyres?
Ooh. Yeah, I reckon he has, because he's wiggling side to side, warming them up.
Trying to get warm.
Yeah, we'll see. Because he'll soon see when he tries to turn coming out the pits.
Yeah.
I reckon
very
he's
tentative.
Tyres.
He could be. It's going to be a gamble. Matt's in the pits.
Yep. Let's see what Matt's doing.
He's not changing tyres, I don't think. Peaceful's in now.
I don't know, Matt is, look. The sign's up,
yeah,
but he's
maybe.
still sitting there. I reckon he's changing tyres as well. Yeah, he's changing. He's normally in and out quicker than this. Matt's...
We don't know how long he was stationary,
Peaceful.
but...
Yeah, Peaceful hasn't changed. Matt's was a long pit stop, though. Because
Yeah, it
Peaceful's
was.
jumped him.
Matt's
normally quick.
He could have gone onto the slicks. He's wiggling around trying to get warmed up.
Yeah, I
Peaceful's...
reckon he has.
You might be right. You might
But
be right.
Gary didn't. I reckon they've both gone two different strategies.
Maybe.
We'll see. But Dan's
Maybe.
up the second. Dan's jumped Matt.
But he hasn't stopped, has he? Oh no,
Dan
he has
has.
stopped,
Dan
hasn't he? Yeah,
stopped first. Yeah, Dan stopped earlier.
yeah. But Dan has.
And Little Leach is behind Matt, so Little Leach could jump. If Matt can't keep it on track and then change the softs, Little Leach could jump Matt. But I don't know if Dan will catch Gary.
It's yeah,
But
could be
Little
all
Leach
change.
Yeah, it could be. Let's see what happens. Is everyone pitted now, have they?
Yep, everyone's pitted, and the times are tumbling. Dan's in the 51s,
D-Big
Rich is
is
in the
ninth.
50.
I reckon he's on softs. D-Big is up in the fourth.
Let's see what his lap times are. We'll see how his lap times. If the lap times start to tumble, then it's time to be on the slicks. But we'll see. So we think D Biggs might be on slicks. We think Matt might be on slicks as well. We're pretty sure that Dan's still on wets.
Dan's was a clever pit stop.
Yeah, well, as long as he doesn't need... There's 6 laps to go. Is it going to dry up enough? You can see that puddle getting smaller and smaller there. Matt goes very tentative through there. Richie had a problem, so that was Matt through. Jamie Brazier confirmed that Matt is on softs, as is Sutty. So there we go, in the chat you've had it.
Started on softs.
Jamie Brazier, the Oracle himself,
Wikipedia
has confirmed that Matt is on softs, on slicks anyway. Oh, there we go. Hold on to it, hold on to it. Nice.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Showing off. Love an exhibition race.
Yep, well caught. Well caught. Nicely done.
Couldn't have picked a better time to do it.
No, absolutely. So he's 10 seconds off. No, he's not. He's 7 seconds off Dan. Dan's 10 seconds off Gary. We still think that Gary's on wets, don't we? Because he was in and out reasonably quickly. Dan, we think's on wets. Peaceful, we think's on wets.
The 3 quickest boys on track are Gary, Dan, and Little Leach 151s.
151s. Dan in the 150s now. Yeah. Gary in the 150s.
I think Peaceful. Do you reckon Peaceful's on wets, or do you reckon he's on softs?
He's on wets because he came in. He came in after Matt. Yeah, and came out after Matt. So came out in front of Matt, should I say? So yeah, it's going to be these first. Matt had a bit of a moment into turn 1, but managed to hold on to it. So let's see where his lap times are. Sutty, we understand is on slicks as well, but he's only doing 54s. Matt 2.5 seconds up on, or 2.7 up on his delta. We'll see. This could be the master stroke, or he could have shot himself in the foot.
See this lap time, what he's running. He's definitely closing Peaceful down.
He certainly is, yeah. Yeah.
We'll see him. 140s. 148.
He is 148. Yeah, there you go. 3.1 seconds faster as he has another little wiggle into turn 1. So it's still treacherous out there on the slicks, but as Matt just pulled a master stroke, he's got 16 seconds to make back to the lead, and he's got to do it in 4 laps. So I don't know. I think a podium is a possible.
Yeah, I reckon he's going to get. I reckon he'll catch Dan.
Yeah, maybe catch and pass Dan, but I don't think he'll catch and pass his teammate. Depends how these wets go off now, isn't it?
Yep.
I think this was the problem. I mean, the way we've done things has been absolutely fine, but you know, 2 30-minute races are like sprint races, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? There's no time to play out a strategy, and I mean this game doesn't lend itself very well to pit stopping anyway. But here we go. Look, Matt goes high side. He's just going to drive right past that Ferrari, is he? And into the bus stop. Yeah, he's got it done. He's got it slowed down, just about, and job done. So he's on the podium.
Have we had Peaceful on the podium this year?
I don't think Peaceful has, which was a shame.
Very, very close. A lot of races, isn't it?
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, I think would have been nice to see Mike on the podium just to finish off the season, but it's not over yet. Mistakes can still happen. But again, Matt was, what was that? Well, Matt goes faster again, 147. Although Dan did a 149 on the wet tyres, so Matt now needs to be doing like 3, 4, 5 seconds faster than the top 2 if he's going to catch him.
Yeah, 3 laps to go. I think last lap he'll be on the back of Dan, I believe.
Yeah, probably.
But whether he can get past.
As a very famous commentator once said, catching is one thing and passing is completely another.
I mean, this band's dominated from the start, really, when he got in front.
Yeah, a much better showing from Gary. We started off the beginning of the season, and I was bigging up Gary about how he's probably one of the most natural drivers on the grid. He hasn't had the kind of season that we bigged him up to having, but again, you know, him and his brother are both new dads in the last couple of years, both got very little ones, and you know, you especially at this level in pro, you need to be putting in the practice. You know what I mean? Each week, and in pro-am, you need to be. It shows who puts the practice in and who doesn't. You know, and you know, Gary and Craig haven't been doing that practice because of, you know, real world stuff.
Yeah, and I do believe he's actually looking. If anybody's after a partner in ACC, because word on the grapevine is Matt has ditched him after his performance this year on Project Cars.
Oh,
and has just partnered up with somebody else in ACC. So if anybody is looking for a handicap, Gary is available.
Handicap. Oh, good. Oh dear. God, I only started thinking about teammates. I mean, I don't even know where the gear stick is on ACC, let alone.
No, that's it. You know, I've had a few offers. You know, people ask me, "Do you take check, cash, card?"
All major. There you go, Smithy. We'll team up. We'll team up for the ACC or whatever we're going to do. I think Matt did ask me, but I don't think. I think Matt's sorted, and I don't think he was particularly serious. And Peaceful's got back in front of Matt. Matt has had a problem, has he?
Must have done, yeah. Must have done.
We get chit chatting, and then all of a sudden stuff happens.
Yeah, just like that. We get in a deep conversation, and then they switch places.
Oh, I know. It's the way it goes, isn't it? But I don't think he's going to be ahead for very much longer. Because the Merc Power, there it is. Peaceful got it covered this time into the bus stop chicane. Come on, Mike, keep your wits about you. And we go again. Oh, my laptop's just crashed again. I swear to God. I swear to God, Smithy. I swear to God. I'm gonna buy a new one and bill it to Simplay. Simplay have killed my laptop.
That's where the Merc normally gets him.
Stay out there, Mike. Stay out there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold it under braking. That's the way to defend this corner. Matt's going to try and go right round the outside. They go side by side through that chicane. Tried that one last night. And Matt's got the job done. Again.
Yeah.
I think that's my favourite word of tonight, is again.
Yeah, and again.
And again. And again.
Well, Little Leach, unfortunately, just hasn't had the pace in that Audi tonight. He's had a good, steady race again.
Yeah, it's 6th place. Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
Probably would have helped him to have swapped tyres, probably. If Dan had stayed on wets, probably wouldn't have done Little Leach any harm to go on softs just to give him a couple more seconds.
Yeah.
But, hey-yo.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah, it's been a great battle for the constructors.
Yeah, it's been a great battle. It's been a strange season. You know, we've had I think this might be the first time that the winning driver has not been also the winning constructor. In fact, the winning constructors, are made up of a 3rd and 4th place drivers. You know, so so very different. Bit more better teamwork from these guys. Than everyone else. It's going to take them to being constructors because, let's face it, it's pretty much job done now, isn't it? You know,
it's been 2 halves really. When we first started the season, we thought Overtaker was just going to win everything.
Yeah,
the guys. Half of the season, he struggled a bit because of the track temperatures, and he raced on hards.
Yeah, and I think the guys kind of got on top of it a little bit as well. Stopped, fighting amongst themselves and getting after Overtaker a little bit. But Overtaker is your champion. He's your pro champion for the last of these ones. Just as we're going on the last laps, we're seeing Gary come round. I've got to say, Smithy, it's been a pleasure commentating with you this season, and would love to.
I've enjoyed it. I was a bit nervous at the start, thinking,
Yeah. Oh, I think you've done a cracking job.
Cameras, but don't like listening to my own voice too much.
No, well, you don't have to listen to it back, just say it. I would certainly, team up with you again, and hopefully we will at some point in the future, because as I said, Simplay's not done. We're just getting started.
I take it we will have cameramen and all that on the other games and commentators.
I don't know. Well, we will have commentators. Yeah, I think I don't know how it works, but certainly commentators don't not yet, Gary. Get through the bus stop first.
Yeah, penalty there for flashing numerous amount of times.
Yeah, excessive flashing.
That's a 10-second penalty that'll put you down in the 7th. Little Leach will gain the place.
Dear.
What a horrible way to throw it away.
Yep. And Gary, they obviously got something wrong with his lights because they're flashing constantly, and but he's going to come across the line and take the last ever win on Project Cars as a championship race. Gary 131, multiple champion, and here comes another multiple champion. He's going to be in 2nd place. He'll probably be really happy with that. Matt on the slicks. Nice job's going to come in 3rd. What a shame that Peaceful didn't quite manage to put it on the podium. One of the better races I've seen from him this season. Richie, the Underfrog, he comes in 5th place, and hopefully we'll see some more of Richie in the future. Little Leach is going to come home for a solid 6th place, but it's not going to be enough to take the constructors. JM Grill, a better race 2 than he had race 1. He's going to come across the line when he gets there in 7th place. Smoky Devil has had a mixed season, and he's going to end up in 8th. D Biggs and breaks a run of podiums with a 9th place, and poor old Sutty started on pole, ends up last, unfortunately, and that's the way they're going to finish this evening. So
it's been a great season.
It has been a great season. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it, and some elements of it worked out much better than I thought they were going to, and others didn't go the way I thought they were going to go. But all in all, we've had another cracking season.
Drive for the season.
Yeah, and as I said, this isn't the end of Simplay, this is just the beginning. It's just the end of Project Cars 2 that we've had so much fun on for 7 seasons. So, just for your final classification for the last race of the season, Gary131 takes another win from Unorthodox. Matt makes up the podium, 3rd place. Unfortunately, he didn't quite get on the podium for Pistol Explosion in 4th. Richie comes in 5th. 6th for Little Leach. 7th for JM Grill. 8th is Smoky Devil. 9th is D-Biggs. Sutty Apex brings up the rear in 10th place.
Matt with another Fastio Lapio.
Yeah, fastest lap, Matt, going on the slicks there towards the end. Now, am I right in saying we're going to jump to the video first?
We are, yes.
We are. So is that now, Matt?
It's you take it away, give it a little introduction. And
I don't know what I'm introducting because I don't know what the video's about. But
all right, I'll tell you what. I'll just hit play.
Do it.
We'll transition it, and we'll be back in a moment for the interviews.
Yep.
To the final time, the final round of the season here at Daytona, and the final race here on Project Cars. We run the Aston Simplay car, an Aston Martin car that never gets used on Project Cars. So for the final track, guys, we're in Daytona. As we head towards turn 1, we come off the banking at quite a high speed, down into turn 1, very tricky braking zone as it is a left-handed corner. To the final time, the final round of the season here at Daytona, and for the final race here on Project Cars, we run the Aston Simplay car, an Aston Martin car that never gets used on Project Cars. So for the final track,
okay, Kelly, we'll be back live in a moment. 3, 2, 1.
Indeed, that is the future. We have only just got going. We've had 7 seasons of Project Cars, but now we move to ACC. Details will be coming very, very shortly. So stick around. We will be back. Dates and times and evenings will all be announced very, very shortly. But let's just finish off for this evening. Our top 3 are in the commentary box, and we start with Matt Himovic, Constructors Champions, I believe.
Yeah, that's it. Job done. That was the goal I wanted tonight, especially after losing that 2nd place to Dan, which again, congrats to him. Massive shout out to Little Leach as well for his for his work in the constructors battle. But we came here, me and Gary, and we got the job done. That's what it was, Has he done enough to hang on to next season's ACC drive? That's the problem.
Don't go back on your word now. Come on.
Okay, all right. Our bags away, guys.
I've heard rumours he's lost his drive for F1. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, gentlemen. Okay, enough rumour mongering for now.
But no, we did what we need to do in the race.
Absolutely, and ended up 15 points ahead of Love Island Bombshells. You went on to the slicks there?
Gambled, yep. Really. I probably could have done the pit in and out. Probably would have took 2nd place. Happy as Larry. Nobody knew how it was going to drive. I probably would have got 2nd in that race, but I made one mistake behind Dan when I was catching Dan, and that put that to bed. Really, I possibly would have been 2nd again. But I went for the slicks, took the gamble. Why not? Last time we're going to be able to gamble, we're still flat out on Project Cars, so I thought I'd risk it.
Absolutely, and a good result there. You know, another podium for yourself and the constructors in the bag. I will congratulate you and say thank you very much, but I'll come back to you shortly with some more chit chat in a minute. Congratulations.
Thank you, boys.
We move on, Dan, and second place there. Early pit stop. Was that your strategy? Try and get yourself in clean air there? Tell us a bit about it.
If Little Leach is listening, mate, I have invited you to the party so you can get your chat on this season. But yeah, I just experience for me on that one was a reminder of Oschersleben with Biggs a few seasons ago in the Porsche, knowing that the track was going to drive, but the certain areas it was just be too hellish to try and survive on the slicks. I did think either PS4 or Matt did gamble. I was surprised when I saw that I did pass Matt, but I was surprised he took the risk. But either way, I was just sitting at the end of that thinking, 45. Where did he do that, and how did he do that? But it all makes sense now that he was on the slick tyre. But hey, me and Little Leach went into this round knowing that this car was going to be underpowered. We had the rain. I did the rain dance. It came. We gave what we could. It's just one of those, you know, the first half of the season, we knew the car was not going to be suited to certain tracks. The final part of the season was where we needed to claw it back. We did, but it just wasn't enough at the end of the day. And tops to Gary, he actually didn't spin this time, so fair play to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all I could have done. I mean, I don't know how close I got to overtake her in the points in the end, but
23 off in the end. Obviously,
I mean it feels a lot better to only be 23 and not 100 odd. So that will do. I'll take away this season. I just hate this Audi now.
Yeah, okay. You're undecided as a driver what you're coming back to do next season. You're not overly convinced on ACC.
He's coming back for both, I hope. I hope he's coming back for both. I want to race this guy.
I do too.
I think, and sorry to butt in, but I think if he gets ACC and Gary, for this matter, if they both get on ACC and give it a proper go, I think these two will be back at the front and at the sharp end of the grid. I fully believe that.
Well, as a man said, there's drivers and there's screwdrivers. So you know,
and these two are not the screwdrivers.
Wow. Let's not get into it. Congratulations, Dan. Second place overall. Runners up in the constructors as well.
I didn't even answer that question.
Yeah, sorry. Well, yeah.
I feel like you just don't care about me tonight. You're talking a lot about Matt and just completely blanked me.
It's been that's what happens this season, Dan. You've just blanked me and I've blanked you, and that's the way it goes. Do you know what I mean?
It worked to some degree.
Oh, just suck it up, innit? Just suck it up. Are you going to answer the question or what? We can go all night.
Let me answer. Yeah, well, undecided. I know I've got a driver in mind for F1, but ACC, everyone knows, especially Matt and the others, knows that I detest the game. I don't like the way it feels. I don't like the broadcasting. I don't like it in general, but obviously we have to move in with the times. We have to move on. And if I were to do it, I would do it for a challenge. And I got a car in mind I want to bring to the table that has never, ever appeared at Simplay Motorsport. And it's a bit of a car that could be done well. But I don't know. It's a long season between now and then, so I might have a bit of time to practice a bit of F1. Maybe my work colleague James can teach me a thing or two, because at the minute I'm doing terrible on my own channel. And if you do want to, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to Unorthodox 16.
Yeah.
But undecided. But again, tops to the Jaeger Motorsport boys. I tried gambling with one of the Leachy brothers. I clearly got the wrong one. No offense, Little Leach. But
We've all been there. We've all been there.
Maybe if we were in the Lamborghini, it might have been different. But either way, congratulations to Overtaker on the championship. Congratulations to these boys on Jaeger for the constructors. And it's nice to have a different constructor at the top instead of the same driver winning. So, all round, good end to the season.
Congratulations, Dan, on everything you've done. But we're going to have to wake Gary up now because you've talked for so long.
He's not here.
He's not here. Where is he?
He's not in the party. I'm literally looking at the party and he's not here.
He's not in the party?
Well, that's rude, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Oh, you kicked him last week because we didn't have enough people in it. He's waiting for a...
Dramatic entrance.
It's all going so smoothly tonight. We will get on to it.
We just wrote a few words with...
It went a bit better last night, didn't it? With the automatic pit lane and the
this is just broadcast issues tonight.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Gary, you should have your invite. There he is. Apologies, Gary.
Yeah. Hello, Gary. Sorry, we left you out there. Someone locked the door as just behind you. And welcome back to the podium, and welcome back. Last win for Project Cars. Congratulations. Tell us a bit about it.
Just got my head down and moved forward. Really, I tried not to make any mistakes, and yeah, it seemed to go well. I like the track anyway, so it does help.
Yeah. Absolutely. Project Car's been good to you over the years, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm really gutted. Same as Dan, really. I don't really like ACC, and I haven't really, at the moment, got any interest in doing it, to be honest. But
that's
maybe
a
I'll
shame.
have a change of heart and have a go and see what we can do. But yeah, we'll see. We've got a little time to decide.
That is a shame, because we wouldn't want to lose you off the grid, because you're a great competitor, and I've gone wheel to wheel with you myself, and we've had some great times on Project Cars and some great times on Jaeger as well.
That is very true. But then, like the start of this league, I said I weren't going to do the GT3s and sort of joined in last minute, and yeah, it's been quite kind to me. So maybe that will happen with ACC, but we shall see.
Certainly hope so. And as I say, last win, and you've had a bit of a better run towards the end of this season, haven't you? And kind of got to grips with America a little bit. And I don't know where I was going with this. There isn't really a question at the end. But just patting you on the back, really.
I don't really think it's got much to do with the car, to be fair. I think it's just preference of tracks, to be honest, where I feel more comfortable, and yeah, worked out all right. So yeah, happy days. Good finish to the season, and yeah, shame to bow out to Project Cars.
Absolutely, and of course you're constructors champion. What's that? 3 for you now?
4, I think. Yeah.
4. Sorry, I beg your pardon. 4 constructors. So yeah, you're either good at this or you know the right teams to pick.
Yeah.
bit like our friend Smithy here.
Well, very true. I think I've been number 1 driver for 2 seasons and maybe number 2 driver for 3, but there you go.
Brilliant. Well, congratulations on the win this evening and all the success that you've had on Project Cars as well.
Lovely, thank you very much, and thank you to you and Clive for your superb commentary throughout the season.
Yeah, thank you, you're correct.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant. So that's your top 3. I'm going to come back to Smithy, and let's just do driver of the day, shall we?
Yep, driver of the day.
Go on, who you got?
I'm probably going to have to go Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. I'm actually going to go for Dan.
Yeah, I was sat here saying Dan.
I'm going to go for Dan.
Just for Matt's pit strategy, second race, with the soft tyres, that's all that done it for me, really.
He wants a sweet and sour motorsport driver, always a sweet and sour motorsport
I'm
driver.
looking for a partner in ACC.
What a guy. Yeah, Smith, we'll come back and win it again. Hint Honda.
No, that was all just a pit stop. I thought the strategy was a better strategy, but...
Well, yeah, I'll go with the other one, to be honest. I thought Dan's strategy of going in early was the best thing to do. So for me, it's Dan. If anybody else wants to put a driver of the day in, if there's anybody left watching, there is 10. Please do. Now, I just want to do some thank yous. I say 7 seasons of Simplay. Me and Dan have been involved since kind of season 2, so we'd like to think that we're veterans at this. Smithy, you've been here from the beginning. Obviously, Matt has, and Gary and whatever. But I would like to shout out to some of the admin team. For the work that they do behind the scenes. This doesn't all magically look as brilliant as this straight away. It takes effort and time. Volunteers, nobody gets paid for this. Everyone's doing it out of their own time and their own, their own love of what they're doing. But a big shout out to Mike, Peaceful Explosion, on the admin team, to Welshie, Chris Welsh, to Kieran Argent, to Matt, obviously, Dan and Smithy, Gary, who's does some stewarding as well. I think I've covered everyone for our
Argent.
I said Kieran Argent. Yeah. you know, that's the admin team and the stewards team all in there. Probably got to say a thank you to Hayley for being patient, to Beth for being patient, and all the other partners who are patient over the tears and tantrums and thrown headsets and all the rest of it. And I'd like to big up some of the previous commentators as well. Big Boy Brazier, Jamie Brazier, who's did a lot of commentary last year. Big up to him, to Liam, for doing his bit, stood in for me this year and has done loads of it. And also shout out to Xmart and to Nikki from ProLapse, who've also done commentating on behalf of Simplay. And of course to Matt and to Dan and to Smithy, our current commentary team, and thanks to those guys. And I just want to go round one by one, and I'll. Can
I just thank someone else before we go round?
Yeah.
I'd like to give a massive thanks to Emplava this season. He's brought us graphics. He's brought us standings. He's been fantastic this season with the things he's done behind the scenes in terms of the social media side and the standings every week. So thank you, Emplava, as well. Yeah,
I knew there'd be someone I would forgot, and it was Emplava. Yes, he's done a great job on the graphics and stuff like that. I'll go round one by one. I'll start with. I was going to start with you, Smithy, and standout moments for you with Project Cars. I mean, whatever this season, last season, you know, your own personal moments or ones you've seen. Anything jump to mind?
To be honest, the beginning of this season, I was just blown away by the Undertaker coming in. You know, I just thought the pace of that bloke was unreal. From seeing Dan, Matt, Gary's pace, and then just seeing this bloke come in.
Yeah, he certainly did spin things on
It made it more
head.
challenging for everybody else, for the big boys to step up, and you know that made it more interesting. That the more they raced, the better it got.
And for yourself, your personal goals that.
I just look to finish in the top 10 every season. That's all I try and do. And this year I found I got better as the end of the part of the season got on, and. You know, like I say, I'll miss it because I did start to get used to it, but I never ever got on with the wheel, so I've always been pad. But like I've said, just always try and finish the race because you never know where you'll finish and you get points. That's all I've ever tried to do.
And of course the one race win there in the wet, I remember it well. I followed you all the way around it, and yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to move to Dan. Dan, kind of standout moment for you. And a personal moment.
I personally want to say how amazing this community is in general. Just from not obviously from the admin team, but the drivers as well. We are such a unit now at the minute, and it's so lovely to see. We are now moving into different leagues to drivers like Forzy and Exit Tibbs to Emplava, all these new guys coming in, and it's not a community anymore. It's more like a family. So, and I think Project Cars started that. So. Thank you to Project Cars for that. But the amount of endurance races we've done for me are a massive highlight, from the charity races to the LMP races. For me, for Project Cars, was the 24-hour of the charity race we've done was the biggest highlight for me. What we managed to achieve on that, just with this game that's years old now, it's just mind-blowing. So thank you to everyone who did donate and keep doing stuff like that. It's amazing. Personally, I loved the final race of the season at Spa in the McLaren against Andy, but one race that will always sit to my mind that I thoroughly enjoyed every single year, and I love rewatching it. Don't worry, Matt, it's not GT5s. It was Silverstone. It was Silverstone in the Porsche 911, and the battle that me and Gary had around Silverstone will always stick to me. It's one of the greatest races I've ever had. So, yeah, big up Project Cars, and I will miss it massively. I'll still probably do 558 hours on it.
Yes, indeed. So, Matt, the man who started it all for us here, if you could, a standout moment or a big up to Project Cars and a personal moment.
Massive big up to Project Cars. This is not just like Dan says, a community. This is a family, and this is you know, you ever need someone to talk to in this place, it's not just a case of just popping on the Discord. You can get, you know, personal. And really personal with people, and there's always someone there for you. You know, I have to thank everybody. My family has to thank everybody for the other year when me and Beth went through a tough time, and the whole community was there. You know, and it's a family. And without this place as well now, you know, and a massive shout out to Gary as well. I wouldn't be doing the commentary I'm doing outside of being paid to be a proper commentator now. So you know, without this place, without Gary, I wouldn't have been there doing that. So again, a massive shout out for that. Personal milestones, I've got to say probably winning my first pro season last year. I think that was a standout moment personally. I can't think of any races that come to mind that was like sort of a real thing. So I'm going to go my championship in terms of the league. Again, I think the Nordschleife 24-hour, you know, the fact that, you know, myself, yourself and Dan on commentary and you two was driving, went through 24 hours, managed to raise over £1,000 for cancer research, was just absolutely mind-blowing, and was I think that's my favourite highlight from the Sim Players, a community, and Project Cars 2 as a game, and yeah, massive well done to Project Cars for doing it.
Yes, indeed. For myself, you boys touched on. I mean, we raised £1,000, as you said, for cancer research with the 24-hour. That was a tough 24 hours, but a fantastic memory, and you know, we had so much fun doing it. That was a standout. Dan also picked up. I thoroughly enjoyed the commentating of that Silverstone race between Gary and Dan. That was one of the best races I think we ever saw on Project Cars. My own
big up to Gary.
Yeah, big up to Gary. My own personal achievements, when I first was asked to come and commentate by yourself, Matt, it certainly restored my faith in public presenting. I've always been an entertainer as a DJ and a compere and run events and stuff. It was something different that I thoroughly enjoyed. I'd commentated on BMX racing in the past, and getting back into commentating is probably what I enjoy most out of sim racing. But also my first win at Daytona was probably still my favourite win. So all those moments, and echoing everything you boys have said, you know, it is a family. It's, you know, we fall out, we laugh together, we cry together, you know, we wind each other up.
Importantly.
Sorry, we do what?
Get drunk
together.
Get drunk together. Only takes Gary 20 minutes, but you know, it's an enjoyable 20 minutes. But
well, you say get drunk. You say get drunk together. Sutty's in bed by 9, so
he's in bed by 9, and Gary's all done in 20 minutes. But and Dan has to be carried home by a woman who's 4'6". You know, so you know, it's a fantastic community, and long live Simplay.
And one final thing, if you do want to get involved with us getting drunk, make sure you head to Donington Park for the British Touring Car Championships, where you might see us there, and you can get drunk with us and see me get carried by a dwarf. So make sure you tune in for that.
You nearly, wow, you're a dead man. Okay, let's wrap this one up. As I said, Simplay. I've been saying it all night. Simplay's not done. We're only done with this game. We move on to newer and better things. Like and subscribe to the channel. Keep your eye on Facebook, Instagram, however you look and however you follow us. Please just keep an eye on. We've got more races to come, more laughs to have, more tantrums, more handbags, some great racing, and onward and upward for Simplay. Final thing, Smithy, thank you very much for a really enjoyable season. I've loved commentating with you, and
I've enjoyed it.
And I would do it again in a heartbeat. And you never know, it might be sweet and sticky back in your box at some point along the line. That hasn't happened for a while, and that's me done. You guys, Smithy, Matt, Dan, anybody, any last words?
Make sure, regarding any involvement in the new seasons coming up ahead, make sure you have an eye on the Facebook and the Discord page for all sign-ups to be posted. Also, we will be doing fun events during the off-season as well. We're looking at a GT4, GT3 versus race on ACC and some F1 races as well. If you do want to get involved in anything whatsoever, then please head over to our Facebook and our Discord page, where if you can't get hold of us, make sure you get hold of one of the guys in the admin team, and we should be able to direct you where you need to go. Sign-ups will be out in the new year. Get yourselves on ACC, the server is live, get yourself practicing, and we will see you on track next season.
And once again, a massive shout out to Dan, Kelly, and Smithy for the commentary this season. Mike Welchie Argent, Bozzy Boy Jamie M. Plover, And Gary as well for all their contributions across the board over the previous seasons. Massive thank you to everybody who tunes in and watches, because without you guys, there'd be nobody here for us to put on this show too.
Absolutely. And with that, from me and all the Simplay team, enjoy your Christmas. Hope you have a fantastic Christmas and a brilliant New Year. We will see you in the New Year. Shut up, don't start.
Merry Christmas, Matt.
Merry Christmas, Dan.
Merry Christmas, all of you. Merry Christmas. Right, let's get out of here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and good night.
Good night.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and good night.
Good night. And we are done. Quick, where's that fucking delete button?
I was just about to do the same.
To my stream, absolute pleasure. We couldn't catch him tonight, but me and Gary got the job done in the in the constructors. Excuse me. We got the job done in the constructors.
He's going again.
He's been dying.
And he's dead.
We got the job done in the constructors.
Did you though?
Is he going to hold on to his race seat for next year? We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Hey,
does he give a fuck?
Hey, he might not give a fuck.
Hey Gary, while we're still live on Matt's stream, Gary, what do you think? Both of us hate ACC. Should we just come on it together and dominate it?
I don't know what to say.
You pick the car. You pick the car.
Hey,
I'll probably pick the wrong one, so I wouldn't get me to pick it.
Look,
how did
last time Gary raced on ACC, he picked the Porsche Cup car.
I raced with one leech. I want to race with the other now.
Yeah, how did that pan out with the last
wait. Hang on a minute. He's just I didn't mean that.
Craig, he slagged you off all night here. It's terrible. Okay, I've got interest from one driver for ACC. I've got interest from a Welsh driver for F1.
Oh, brilliant. So I'm dropped in both. That is unbelievable.
Talk about a damning blow, Gary.
Gary, you not dropped in both. Don't you worry.
I think that's hat and the piss. We lead the constructors in both.
I haven't.
The F1 driver's genuinely in trouble. I'm not even lying.
I still think it'll be funny if Gary and Dan qualify on ACC for Pro-Am.
Yeah!
No.
Let's make sure we drive the GT4.
Honestly, Gary, you were dropped worse than Vettel was dropped from Ferrari.
Cheers to my stream. We couldn't catch him tonight. Me and Gary's got the job done again. I'll catch you next time.
And also, look back to lap 2 on race 1 where he loses the plot and chucks his mic down.
Standard.
Yeah, do that. Good night.
I'm on it.
I'm coming, Mush.
I'm dying.
I'm definitely putting it in the wall somewhere.
Fucking slicks. He was on slicks. He was on slicks. He was on fucking slicks.
Yeah, I heard. The only reason was because Sutty went on him and went, yeah, fuck it, genuinely, they're actually alright, you'll be good. So Matt went, fuck it. If I take it,
we're moving.
I was sat there, I'm like, I'm
hey,
to you.
Matt, get on ACC,
Forget
Gary's on.
second.
Mate, me and props to Craig as well. He got his fucking Audi up there as well. We actually made the Audi
question.
work.
Did you send one on Biggs and just aquaplane?
Yeah, mate. I didn't mean to hit you at all.
No, you're fine. I didn't think you did.
I sent it on Big, and then I was like, oh shit, there's a fucking river here, and then just hit you, and I was like, well, I came off worse, so that's fine.
I looked up, and I saw Biggs, and I'm like, right, I can turn into a corner, my proximity errors wasn't red, and then next thing, as I turned,
Bang!
red arrow, and I was like, oh, bollocks. Biggs has launched one. Looks up, it's Dan. All right. Dickhead.
Yeah, I wanted your toe, so I tried to clear him and ended up hitting you instead. Are we doing this meeting or what?
Well, where's Welsh and fucking Argent?
Are we doing it in here? I think they were thinking.
Just gonna, yeah.
I thought they were gonna.
Too much lag in here.
Right.
Are you even online?
Hang on.
No.
I forget how loud this game is, man.
I forget how shit this game
mine
is.
down for ACC. Right. What I do like though is my speed and my lights on my actually work for this one. On like Project Cars 2.
Honestly, big props to you this season. I know me, Kelly, and Dan's done it a while and know what to do, but well done this season, man. You've really sort of grew into it. It's gone on, Smith. You can just hear in your voice that you're more confident in yourself. So
yeah,
you're so much better on the cams as well.
Yeah, than racing. I've said it before.
You are commentating now.
You are?
I'm no goat.
What do you mean?
They should just sack Matt off instead and take you to fucking Ferrari challenge.
Oh no. Oh no. I got a birthday party to get ready for Saturday. Big free fight. Yes, I am. Old enough.
You old fuck.
Trying to catch KLF up.
Good luck with that.
35.
Oh, so young.
I don't feel it. Oh, right, I need to get a set of course of the weekend. Get that downloaded. Right, it's been
I've just got
enjoyable.
the additional packs, Matt.
Much appreciated.
no worries, Smith. Take care, buddy.
Take it easy, boys. Ciao, ciao.
Well done, mate. Thank you.
I've just got the additional packs. I've not got the GT4 one, but
No, neither have I.
GT3 ones.
Right, what's happening, guys?
Well, I've just messaged in the admin chat to see where RG and Welsh are, because is Welsh in this party? I
don't know.
Argent fucking is here, isn't he? Last night. But
Maybe he's still pissed off of himself that he doesn't want to come in here.
none of whom are online.
I don't think. Yeah, I think they're waiting for a fucking.
Well, I've messaged in the admin chat, so. Yes, little Leech, love that.
Fucking garbage game.
No, mate, proper game now.
Right, I'm off, lads.
See you later,
Ciao.
mate.
Hey, bro, you sure
Yeah.
pick me up Saturday?
Yeah, if you want, just let me know
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, do well.
Alright, bud.
The question is the Bentley or the NSX?
My question is now, do I switch from this Ferrari to the Evo?
Danny, you heard who he's been approached by?
Oh,
Mike.
DJ Phil.
Disco McDisco face.
Ah.
Twin pirouettes.
To be fair, he's better on this than he is on Project Cars.
I was willing you to win that race, Peaceful.
I was
First and
trying my
last.
best, mate. I had no legs. As soon as Matt went on them slicks, I was fucked. I was knackered anyway. I was shocked to see Dan come through.
Yeah, Dan's strategy was quality,
He's-
man.
He's a shit, isn't he?
I come out the pits and I thought, what a cunt.
So he said it like
That's
that
my
4
third
lap 5.
gun.
He went, he's pitted. And I'm like, all right, yeah, fair enough. He's not going slicks then. Me and Mike thought no to Dan, didn't see him all race. Literally dives in the pits, both pull out the pit box. There's Dan flying past. Thinking, what the fuck?
He's a shit.
Honestly, I thought Dan pitted early because he was fucked or something. I thought, oh, he's well done. I'll be alright then. I'm like, how the fuck has he just jumped me?
I was stuck behind Craig, Biggs, and Richie and Matt, and I was like, "Why the fuck am I trying to fight my way through this? It's just let's not play smart, not fucking."
Mate, as I come out the pits and seen you pass, I cried because I thought that's my podium gone because I knew Matt was on slicks.
Well, the thing was, I just got clear air. Sector 1, I was so strong in Sector 1. I was matching Gary. I was faster than Gary in Sector 1, but then I just did enough to match everywhere else. But yeah, it was. I was just like, why am I pissing about in this fight when I can get into clean air?
Oh, look at them all in now. PN's in testing his fucking car.
Get this fucking ideal
Well,
line
them
off.
two
It's getting in my tits.
Fucking read the message yet. They're fucking brilliant, innit? But it's always fucking Kieran who never fucking responds
How
as
do I
well.
save these settings? That's it. It's saved now, you fucking bellend.
I don't want to sort out the dates for the new seasons.
What have you got in mind, Matt?
I'm thinking sort of back end of January.
Well, there's 4 of us in here.
I think the back end of Jam might be a bit too soon.
Well, what I'm thinking
by the time you've got get the rules right, and then by the time you've got league set up, qualifying, people have got a test.
Yeah.
I was thinking of getting qualifying done literally the week before or 2 weeks before, maybe.
But then no one can pick a teammate or anything until. Yeah. I think we should aim for qualifying back end of Jan, start back end of Feb or mid Feb.
Oh, 2 months.
I think you would definitely have to stick on some fun events in between to keep the league running.
Yeah, to keep the thing.
The
even
interest.
If we stream,
do we start F1?
Stream a bit of practice or fun event
start
on
F1
this?
then, Dan, a little earlier, and maybe do a few more races in F1.
Well, what I would say, how many races can we actually realistically do with no one paying DLCs on ACC? How many tracks
11.
are available?
11.
11. Do we really want to do 11 races? Should we do 10?
I'm happy to do 10.
Are we going to re-talk about the format?
We can re-talk the format and stuff when we do the rules and regs and stuff. I mean,
okay.
I'm happy to keep the similar format, the 2 races, but I'm happy to change the length of the races.
Yeah,
Can you reverse grid on this? Can you force a reverse grid?
Does it?
That's a shame, because we could have done a sprint race and force a reverse grid and go straight into another one.
Is the pit stops better on ACC?
Yes, because of the fact we can set whether you have to change tyres or not.
Yeah.
You don't need to monitor
what we did in that hour's race is we set it to mandatory tyre stop. So you had a pit window of 10 minutes. In that 10 minutes, you had to pit, change tyres. Meaning that if nobody's got any damage, everybody's pit stop is 30 seconds long at the box station.
Yeah. Okay.
So there is no glitch anymore. The only way you've got a longer stop is if you miss your pit box or if you have damage.
Okay. Let's not get too involved in the ins and outs of it.
Yes.
But I think I agree with Mike. I think probably.
I'm happy with that then.
Yeah, probably.
Do we bring F1 forward a little bit then? Maybe stream some test events for ACC as well as fun events, and then maybe do we start F1 a little earlier?
Most people have got their head round F1, haven't they?
I mean, F1's pretty simple.
Setups.
Pick a team, default setups. Pick a team, first come first serve for the team. Job done.
Okay.
I mean, we could still do on a Thursday or Wednesday. You could still do a fun event like every other week on each one or something.
Yeah, I'm still keen to do a 2.4 of Le Mans on Project Cars.
I'm tempted to still do that and an Indy 500 1 week.
Yeah, just to sign off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're obviously going to be New Year streams.
Yeah.
So what we're saying then? So end of Feb is what? Last week of Feb is 23rd, 24th.
Right, that's the Wednesday and the Thursday, is it?
That's the Wednesday and the Thursday. Obviously, we've got to see sign-ups, I suppose, as well. Make sure we can do both them nights if there's enough drivers.
And we're still planning to do a qualification on ACC, is it? So
I think the easiest thing to do with it being a new game is straight up qualifying. You have a certain date to post a lap time by, or we host a night or a couple of nights where one of us as admin can sit and just watch the lap times come in. And then we can filter who's in each group. That's the easiest way to probably say.
Yeah.
You know, to make it as fair as possible. Otherwise, if we go off a promotion, we can't go off promotion of GT3s because of the fact we get 4 extra cars in each category now.
Yeah.
It's 20, not 16. So.
Yeah. Just while I'm thinking about it, you seem to be Mike. You seem to be. Very much, involved, like you're always involved, but you're very keen on this ACC. Do you want to take up the position as title sponsor for?
I was going to ask you. It depends if you want to still do we can join it sort of thing. If you want, you can have I sponsor the league. If you still want to do the trophies, it's up to you.
Well, no, I was going to take a little bit of a back seat for a minute on the trophies. Being that, I've kind of done a few seasons, I know I kind of picked it to do it off my own back, but you know, with 3 seasons in a year, it works out reasonably expensive. But you know, and I'll get something for the season that we've just done. You know, being that was the commitment that I kind of had in mind. But I don't know if you just wanted to pick that up for a couple of seasons. You know, I think you're probably in the position to be able to make something. You know,
I can probably engrave. I can do something different and just engrave something. So it's on the material.
Lovely Jason Plato fucking trophy.
I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. I still want to be a sponsor of Simplay.
Yeah, mate. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, just swap positions.
Same as you pull away, mate. You'll still have your thing on there. You know what I mean?
That's right. I did change the title, but I don't know if it's changed fully.
Did you press reset on the server?
Possibly not. So that might be
if
why
you've just saved it, you've got to press. Every change you made, you've got to reset the server.
Right. So I'll amend. So all we've got to do is that. Then amend that.
That should be saved. So
it's saved. It's just not reset.
Yeah. Well, as I said, I'm happy for you to take up the mantle as the title sponsor, and you know, I'll just go into the position of a secondary sponsor for a while. Yeah. Happy with that?
Yeah. I'm happy with that, Paul.
Cool.
Right. I'm just cycling through the views here.
I can at least put down then 23rd, 24th of Feb.
Yeah.
And say that's when we're starting. If we then say the 25th and 26th will be qualification of January, giving people just over a month and 10 days to qualify.
I don't think that's long enough for me, but there you go. Yeah.
Well, it might just be a season where it's a bit off. You know, people as they get used to it. Yeah. But it might give the battle a bit better because if they're a bit mismatched for season 1.
It still gives them a month to learn, doesn't it? It just puts them in what category. You know. Right. In terms of tracks, then, are we going 10-week calendar? Because I can get the dates kind of confirmed.
I see. As it's new and whatever, I don't see any problem with that personally. You know, even if we
do 12 weeks, so it's just 2 less.
Yeah. I think that's fine.
In terms of then the tracks, most of the tracks on this game are what we've ran anyway, barring the exception of Paul Ricard, the Hungaroring, Zandvoort, and Misano.
Right. Cool.
Which one would you not want to do?
Out of those?
Well, out of those, or out of the normal tracks of like Monza,
for season 1, I'd say one of the ones we've not driven.
Well, what I'm going to say is,
I say get one of them in.
No, get one of them. We will have one. It's just one.
I'd say get rid of a track that's well known.
I say get rid of Hungaroring.
Well, how about then? We're doing a qualifying session, aren't we? So whatever track we do the qualifying session on, we don't have in the calendar.
I'm fine with that.
I say Hungaroring only because we can have the Hungaroring on F1.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's not really the best overtaking track either, not especially in GTs.
Well, they always say it's Monaco without barriers.
Misano is the only one that a lot of people won't know.
I don't think I know that one.
Bike circuit.
It's a circuit that you could learn quite easily.
Okay.
But that's just my opinion. Hungaroring, I just don't think will be a good stream. Misano would offer more.
Misano would offer more. I'd happily get rid of Hungaroring. Maybe look to bring it in a future series, but not.
Go with that.
Either Hungaroring or Zandvoort, one of the two, I think.
I think Zandvoort's quite nice on here. I do think it's the old Zandvoort layout. So I'd get rid of Hungaroring personally.
I'm with Hungaroring.
Right.
Easy. So if we get rid of that, we're going to set that as the qualifying track, but... And then...
I think we can discuss that in the future. Yeah. I think maybe run Hungaroring as the fun event for GT3s, GT4s.
I say Silverstone as the test track.
Yeah,
I was going to say Silverstone purely because we need something that I think if we're learning a new game, at least the track layout is very familiar for everyone. You don't have to learn a new circuit.
Yeah, happy with that.
Yeah, I'm easy.
Yeah, we've heard that about you.
I'm easy, but this fucking track isn't in this fucking Ferrari. Jesus, it's slow compared to you fuckers.
I'm just running default.
I'm not. I've had a setup for here.
Default stable.
What
Not
you
even
guys
the
on?
fast one either. ACC.
ACC. Right. Okay, are we done for now?
Yeah, that's happy for me. I just wanted the dates for things. Me and Dan can sort out the date for F1 and shit and go from there.
Cool. Not planning to do anything before Christmas, are we?
No, nothing before. Next week's before Christmas. No, I was going to... Me and Monkey Boy's got a race next Thursday on ACC that we're doing for the Simplay Racing team on PS5, so no.
Yeah.
Quick one. Liam has asked me to ask you guys, and seeing as Kieran and Welsh aren't here, is he banned from one season on both, in terms of one whole season, or is he banned from one season on one game? He wants it clarifying. I've said I'd ask in the admin chat.
Well, as far as me and Dan are concerned, we probably agree that he's a fucking arsehole.
I mean, 100% couldn't agree with you more. But he has offered to stream if he can't race. So it might mean that me and Dan can both do F1 if he streamed it.
I mean, I suppose...
I would offer him... My only thing I would offer, I think ACC is going to be our jewel in the crown now. After Project Cars, it's going to be our main championship. I would offer F1 to him.
Yeah.
But not ACC.
If he behaves himself on F1 and proves himself on F1, then he can come back.
He needs to clarify, like, right here, right now.
Liam's in a position now where he's got to... Everything he does has got to be for the sake of Simplay, for the good of Simplay.
Yep.
He's now starting to be a bit more fucking civil with me and Kelly now. Besides, he doesn't need to fucking have a go at us. At the end of the day, we're all fucking team in this, right? And the only reason we booted him out is because he's a fucking knob, right? He needs to get off his high horse and just, which he has now.
Oh, I haven't seen any of that. I haven't seen any of that, but if you think
he's been more civil in the chat.
In all fairness, Kelly, he's not been himself. He's been a lot better.
Kissing my ass like fuck.
Dan's not had to mute him. Dan's not had to really shout at him. Liam's not sort of been slagging Dan off or anybody. You know, he's really kind of... I don't know why, but he really has kind of changed his attitude since he stepped in for you when you missed that week.
Right,
is when I noticed it changed.
Anyway, what I would highly recommend is F1 is this kind of like final, like, this is it. You fuck up here, you're done for good.
Yeah.
Like, you're not entering anything, you're not taking part in anything ever again. You're
gone.
Simply.
You are gone.
Well,
but,
as far as I'm concerned, as I said, I still think he's a fucking arsehole, but I think he's young, and everyone's got a right to prove themselves. So I agree with that. If he does F1 and he behaves himself and starts to show some maturity, then he can come back.
Basically,
full time.
Everything he does at the minute is kind of, if he does it well and for the good of Simplay, it puts him in a good book. The minute he starts to fuck about and starts to be a cunt again, that's when we start to sit down and be like...
He don't get no warnings. It's like, as soon as he does something stupid, he's fucking gone.
Yeah.
Not like Mazda. Not like Mazda who had every fucking
we had to learn from Mazda. We've had to learn from Mazda.
He needs to complete the season. He needs to make sure he doesn't look like a complete and utter penis on track.
Yeah.
If he can't race,
and respect to other and respect to other people.
If he can't race, he retires, and we know he works a lot. So if he's at work, he's always plenty of notice from him.
Yeah.
He's got to. If he's not at work, he's not. You know, he's got to fucking be there, sort of thing. None of this. Oh, I'm going out to the pub because I've not had a day off in ages because I'm just that's just taking someone else's seat up. Then, you know.
Exactly.
If he wants then he's got to work for it.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
I say F1 because ACC. I think it's just going to be too much. We're going to focus on this way too much, like the Project Cars season, and he made a shit show of that.
The bonus with F1 as well, Dan. Liam's very computer this, computer that. F1 he can race it on his PC.
Yeah.
So, I think that'll sort of put him in a better frame of mind as well to get him back into it.
Yeah, get him back into racing.
Okay.
The only other thing is dates of when we're going to release sign-ups.
I was going to do sign-ups. I was going to do sign-ups this weekend and just get them out as early as possible and try and float them around different groups for F1 for ACC. Me and Dan can talk more about F1. I'll do ACC first. What I'm going to do is, if you want to do ACC, I think I spoke with Mike about this earlier. I'm going to send the admins first. Because you can pick your own car number for your car because you can make a custom livery for it. Because like DJ Phil sent me a message today, like, "Oh, I'm number 53." It's like, well, hang on a minute.
So I think 20 times.
I think as admins deserve to get to pick out. We're putting this on. Let us pick our numbers first, and then we'll put it out to the public and say, right. So when you sign up, it'll be PSN and car number.
Right.
Now,
yeah.
Your car number can change if you don't want to do your own livery and you want to pick a team livery, which you can. But I know personally myself, I'm going to be using a custom livery.
Yeah.
I think if you do the sign-ups that early, though, if you do sign-ups that early, you have to kind of allow people to change cars. Again, you give like PC.
I'm not putting on the sign-up. I'm not putting on the sign-up any car. Just literally the number you want to run. So unauthored 16, number 16. No car. We'll put a date out for when we have done every project cars. We need you need your car picked a week and a half before. I want 55. Dan, I want 16. You'll want 11. Argent's not racing, so that's fine. Little Leech will want 774. Gary will want 131, even though they're not admins, but I just know it.
69.
Kelly will want. Yes, love that number, Kelly. That's a great option.
No, I wasn't serious. I'm not. I don't know. It's either 900 or number 2. I don't know yet.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to get our admins to put their number. Even if you reserve both numbers, I'll say, look, that number's gone.
Yeah, okay. I'll reserve both numbers because I don't even know if I'm going to do it or not yet. But we'll see.
Well, over the Christmas holiday, Dad, we'll have a play with ACC and get you.
And if you want setups. If you want setups, I'm going to work on something over the Christmas period so that everybody can access a setup thing. If you want to set up in the meantime, drop me a message. I'll get one sent over to you via the message.
And then at least you've got a base of what you're working from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have a play over the Christmas and New Year period, Dad, and we'll get you on ACC. Whether you like it or not is up to you then.
Yeah, well, I've got to try both to be honest, but yeah, I can't do it all, so something will be chosen.
We'll give both a go. We'll see which one you prefer. F1 will be just no setups. It will be just default. Yeah. So you just pick which one you think is comfortable.
Default and equal car performance. So it's not like you're in a Williams and shit. It's not like you're in a Red Bull and Rapid.
Right.
It will be equal all round, so that everybody's you're just basically in a livery.
Yeah. Well, as I said, I've got to make some decisions because I can't see that I can do, race everything, commentate and whatever. So I've got to make some decisions about what I want to do. So, but
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Like if you struggle, if you need some car advice, just drop me a message.
Yeah.
But pretty much simple cars: Aston Martin V8, Lexus.
Yeah.
I know you're not going to say yes to this one, but Honda NSX, McLaren 720S,
are
all sort of good base.
Yeah.
And the thing is every car on this, because they're new, they're better than the Project. Like the Honda NSX on this is a lot better than the Acura on Project Cars.
Yeah. It's not so much car choices. It's probably what time I've got going forward into the new year, and as I said, I just can't do it all. However much I want to do it all. It's
Well, this club's on 24/7.
Yeah.
The passwords are not going to change. I think we might change track every week so that you can drive different tracks, get a feel for cars on different tracks. But at the minute, for a week, Silverstone will be on 24/7.
Yeah.
And it will always be an hour practice, 10-minute quality, and an half-an-hour race. And even in the race, you can go to the pits, tweak setup stuff, and then come back out. You might have to wait a minute because it'll lock your controls for a minute. You might have to wait a minute and a half, 2 minutes, but then you can drive back out the pit lane again.
Okay.
What do we need to post?
Yeah.
We need to post the steering wheel angles for each car.
I'll find them and I'll put them on Facebook and
so
and
people
Discord.
can set it up right.
Yeah.
Right, you are. Steering wheel angles. Here we go.
No, like your rotation angle.
He doesn't know.
No, not specifically on this, but on a general wheel. Like when you calibrate your wheel, it says turn to 960 degrees or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, each car on ACC has that difference. So the Ferrari's 480. So you've got to set an option in the game, and then depending what wheel you own, you've also got to set it on your wheel.
F1's sounding interesting.
F1's full of glitches, more than Project Cars 2.
Yeah. Right, anyway. Okay, well, I'll have to, we'll play around and we'll make some decisions, but reserve me number 2 and 900.
Yeah, I'll get the forms typed up and send them you messages and whatnot.
Cool.
All right, buddy.
Right, we all done?
Yeah, I'm happy to be done there if you are.
Yeah, I'm good. Anybody else?
No, I'm good.
Cheers for helping out this season.
Yeah.
No,
Gary,
thank you guys.
Much appreciated as always.
Yeah, been a ball. Been fun as usual.
Yeah, been highs, been lows. Dan's have come, but whatever.
Matt will still never win a GT5 championship.
Whatever.
Oh shit. Okay.
I think we could run a GT5 championship in the off season.
Yes, boy.
Right, Craig jumps in.
Craig, you know me and you'd be rivals again.
Yes, boy. I'm in.
Right, I'm out of here. I'm
worries,
going.
Have
a lovely Christmas, everyone. And,
yes, you too.
I'll speak to you before Christmas, Dan.
I'll probably see you at some point.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But otherwise, have a great Christmas and New Year, guys, and I'll speak to you soon.
Yes, you too. And send all the best. Tell Hayley I said have a good Christmas.
Yeah, she's here. She's
have a good Christmas, Hayley.
Did you hear that?
No.
She said, "You too, Matt. You miserable fucker."
Yeah.
You English cunt.
I didn't call her a midget. Dan did.
No, that's true. You didn't. That's right. And you're such a fucking dead man. It's unbelievable. You're a big man on the chat, aren't you? You're a big man on the chat in front of all your mates, aren't you? Right, I'm out of here. See you later, guys.